Where the North and South Thompson Rivers meet, that's where you'll find Kamloops, BC. Our home this week for the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Every year, we gather for a tournament like no other. The country's very best convene on the ice. We've witnessed it all. Memorable moments, remarkable shots, those tears of pain, those tears of joy. It's created legends. It's created champions. Canada, say hello to your new champions. This season, one of the best fields ever has assembled in Kamloops. 18 teams, and all begin with the very same record. Some teams looking to surprise, some aiming to add to their resume. And one team with a chance to win a fourth straight title. The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is next. The Sandman Center opened in 1992. It's the home of the Kamloops Blazers of the Western Hockey League, and it sits on Mark Recchi Way, one of their best ever, and now a part owner of the team. Last night, remember, of course, we have an 18-team field and 2 pools of 9. Got our first look last night at Pool A. Caitlin Laws, wildcard out of Manitoba, fought her way back from 3 down to beat Alberta. Christina Black, Nova Scotia Dartmouth, looked very impressive in her win. Team Canada trying to win 4, Carrie Anderson 4 straight. What a shootout it was, finally taking care of Quebec and British Columbia. Clancy Grandy from the Vancouver Curling Club wins by 4 over PEI. And on this Saturday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Kamloops, our second day coverage. Again, welcoming Joanne Courtney, the Canadian world champion, the Olympian. Kathy's here, and yeah, so is Russ. What are your thoughts on last night and our first look at play?
High-scoring games across the board, Vic, and the really interesting part about our game was the ice changed dramatically for the last 3 ends. We'll have to see what we get today.
So our first look at Pool B, and it is very much, we think anyway, the strongest of the 2 pools. Who do you pick on this?
It's the pool of death. There's no question about it. You cannot go any farther than Holman Jones. Jones picking up the young world junior champs. Bit of a surprise by people, but obviously a good move. And Rachel picking up Fleury. Tracy Fleury, I've said for 100 years, she's one of the best shot makers in our country. They're the 2 teams.
All right, so who finishes third?
Vic, I'm too new to pick a third here. This pool is hard. We've got the wildcard teams that are here because of their phenomenal seasons, and then you can't look past Andrea Kelly and Krista McCarville, our podium from last year.
So our feature today is McCarville, last year's runner-up as she goes against Manitoba. But she's in tough. She's got a very hard first couple of games. This one and then against Holman in Game 3.
And often we see Krista McCarville gets better as the week goes on. And in this pool, her first 2 games are Jones and then Holman. They're going to have to come out strong today.
And then, of course, you look at Jennifer Jones hooking up with the Mackenzie Zacharias team. People would go, wow. But listen, it was very familiar for you too, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I went wow when I heard about it. I thought, wow, this is crazy how this is going to work, how the dynamics actually going to work, what movies are they going to look at. But yeah, it's the same thing happened to me back in 06. 50 years old, playing with a bunch of young kids. Guess what? Those young kids were pretty good, and so are these.
What movies are they going to watch? Yeah, let's watch Ben-Hur. When we come back, that will be our feature, Northern Ontario against Manitoba.
I'd just love to stand on top of the podium. I'd love to have that experience and share that experience with this team. And they're super mature. We have some great conversations. They're fun to be around. So it's been a humbling experience to share the ice with them. They're just amazing teammates.
We go into, day 1 of practice, getting on that ice in September, and we think about, coming to the Scotties and wanting to win the Scotties. And we're going to work really hard this week, and we have been all year long. So I think it's our year.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like it. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. by BKT Tires and OK Tire, and by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
9 teams in each pool, but only 8 can play. So that means that Haley Burney of Yukon is idle. Our feature game is on Sheet A. On Sheet B, the wildcard number 3, Megan Walder from East St. Paul against Casey Scheidegger of the Lethbridge. The Territories, Carrie Galusha. It's her 16th appearance against last year's bronze medalist Andrea Kelly from Fredericton, and Rachel Holman out of Ottawa against Stacey Curtis from the Remax Center St. John's Curling Club, Newfoundland and Labrador. And it's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Northern Ontario hail from the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay, skipped by Krista McCarville. And it is Sarah Potts, Ashley Sipola, and Kendra Lilly. However, the change this year will be Sarah Potts will hold the brush for McCarville, and Lilly will brush. Manitoba champions, they hail from the St. Vital and the Altona Curling Club, skipped by Jennifer Jones, and today backed up by Lauren Lenentine, Mackenzie Zacharias, and Carly Burgess. Emily Zacharias is considered as a lead but inactive today, and they will make that switch throughout the week. And it is Manitoba that has won the draw to the button. They will play the Yellowstones. You see Krista McCarville is out, and we're ready to get it underway. First look at Pool B on a Saturday afternoon at the Scotties, and this is Sarah Potts.
I think we could say it in either pool, Joanne. We're all predicting Pool B maybe a little bit tougher, but Pool A is not simple either. These type of games with 2 teams like this, the loser of this game has to be awfully careful going forward to get to the final 3 spots.
And with that format, only the top 3 from each pool advancing. There's going to be some teams that were surprised to not see advance to the next round this week.
What did he say yesterday? 3 losses? I think that was what the magic number was last year anyway. Yeah. You couldn't afford any more. So, you want to spread them out. Certainly drop one early and you're already thinking, oh, gee.
Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Roll it, Car. A little bit. Nice, Lauren.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game. And we will start with Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville.
Well, we kind of say it every year. Enough reps, a little with a question mark. Only 3 spiels, only qualified in one of those 3 spiels. Yes, they won the province, but they have to be a little more rusty. Positioning pots, Sarah and Krista throw so many rocks together, being in Thunder Bay, with Kendra being in Sudbury. They made the change to hold the broom. Sarah holds the broom for the skipper. And that could help a lot with the ice reading.
I think so.
And now for Manitoba and Jennifer Jones.
Lead with communication. We just talked about the difference with lead. We got Lauren, we got Emily. Emily's quite quiet, reserved, doesn't say much when the rocks are coming down the sheet. Lauren's the Energizer bunny, the exact opposite. So Jennifer has to manage that. And 13 spiels, 77 games. Unbelievable amount of work this team's put in. Has to be an advantage in game 1 against McCarville.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties.
And look at this, Russ. Right away, first end, we see the delayed corner go up. So Team McCarville went in to start. They played a hit and roll away. Now that rock is just in the 8-foot. Classic Jennifer Jones putting up that corner guard first end. So different team completely, but she is still very much playing her own game, her old game, and the game that's worked for her for so long.
No question, and I love the delayed corner. It's the favorite move now with the 5-rock roll. With the 4-rock roll, you couldn't do it, but now you hit that enemy rock, get it out of a dangerous position, then throw the corner. You still can't hit. Wonderful move. More teams should be doing that. You don't see it enough.
15-3? Yeah. 15-3, yeah. Sit. Yeah.
Shows a lot of faith, doesn't it, Joe, though, in her team when you want to do that. It's one thing to say, look, we're going to play together, but it's quite another to say you're going to play my style, because yes, they're young, yes, they're talented, but they may not be up to playing her style.
And I can't say enough good things about this young team that's joined up with Jennifer Jones. They are walking the walk this year. I played against them a number of times over the last couple of seasons, and they appear to be extremely confident. They're all playing well. Obviously, Jennifer's playing great too, and they're winning games, but you need the team to back you up.
Kathy Gauthier with us again this afternoon. Kathy, you're watching all the games, aren't you?
Well, I am, and some really interesting matchups. You have the two wild card teams. Well, if you're a wild card, that means that you've done really well on the tour. Both Megan Walter and Casey Scheidegger also lost their provincial final. They deserve to be here, and that's going to be a tough fight. Andrea Kelly and Carrie Galusha, both of these teams made a huge commitment to travel more so that they prove something when they get to this show. And finally, Rachel Homan takes on Stacey Curtis and her team from Newfoundland and Labrador. They were a day and a half late getting here because of snowstorms in Newfoundland, but ready or not, they got a tough task.
And Kathy will update us throughout the draw on those other games. Mackenzie Zacharias.
Just threw it. Should get a real good read on getting a bit of a roll this time.
Third Scotties already for her, the former Canadian junior world champion. She was named, of course, in 21, the pandemic year for Calgary and the bubble. Won it last year.
Okay. That's probably Max.
Okay. I was listening to an interview that Mackenzie did recently, and it was kind of discussing the difference for her to switch from skip to second. She doesn't often have to think a lot about tolerance when she plays skip on this team, but moving her down into that second role, she has to make sure that she's missing her shots the right way, thinking a lot more about tolerance than she probably would at skip when it's often all or nothing.
That has to be hard to do.
Close, yeah! Yes! Whoa! Yeah, whoa! Whoa!
Third stones, Kendra Lilly.
Yes! Hard! Hard!
Got the roll underneath. Oh, if you can sit down right there, that would be a beauty, but he'll just peek out. A little rolls a little far, maybe shows 3/4.
Just a great shot, though. It's about half buried there, and if this overcurls, we could end up seeing 2 McCarville rocks here in the rings early this end. Tricky finesse shots at this point in the game. Not a lot of rocks go down this path in the pregame practice.
Yes! Hard! Hard! You gotta go! Gotta roll it! Roll it! Roll it! Roll it! Roll it! Roll it! Go! 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 Go!
And look at that.
Yep,
That corner, that delayed corner. Look at that now. Right underneath.
Great effort, as you say, that with a little crispy pebble down there, and they guessed right.
That's maybe not quite far enough, eh, Joe?
Watch this. This is Mackenzie Zacharias skipping her whole life, and now she's holding that line so well down the sheet of ice. It's extremely impressive.
You're admitting that skips can sweep, is it?
You just have to practice, Russ. You have to want to sweep.
Yeah! Hard! Easy! Hard! Hard! Real easy! Hard! Gotta go, Sarah! Really hard! Whoa! Go! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
Like,
Down.
Got something out of it.
No, I just like nosing that. I agree. You want 10? Same weight, yep.
Yeah, it's not moving much out here. You got a car?
we saw these open takeouts were not automatic yesterday in the opening draw. Bit of a challenge putting the broom down.
A lot of these outside inners were missed wide at the start of the game we covered last night.
Hard, Mac. Hard, Mac. You got it. Hard, Mac. Dig. Okay, good try, Carl.
And couldn't hold it on the edge.
The other way.
I don't mind the same turn. We just saw it.
Yeah.
Same weight?
She said tight though, so.
Okay.
Yeah, same sort of weight.
I still feel a little shaky.
I know.
A bit of an unforced error there. Could have hit a long way to roll the other way.
Yeah, those are frustrating early in the game.
Yeah. What'd you get?
9.5.
And it's unforced errors that Rick Lang says the team has worked on. Kathy, you know, you can join me here in the fact that one of the things obviously they did was the lineup change and have Potts now hold the broom and have Kendra Lilly brushing. But one of those things that he did say they want to do is avoid the unforced error.
More, yes. Hard. Hard.
He did, in fact. He said that when they looked back at the Scotties last year, they had the highest rate of unforced errors in the field. So opportunities to hit and stick, just like that. They roll out. Opportunities to draw for two. That's the exact kind of shot they're trying to prevent.
I didn't really feel that.
She threw one for draws, so
kind of spot, you know.
Could probably
Good.
pop it.
Yeah, I think so.
That was kind of clean.
I thought you were on the broom just clean. And
yeah.
And I had 9-3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we talked about it yesterday. The outside ins were straight, the inside outs were curling, and they've been caught twice there. 2 overcurls by a sizable amount.
Yeah, and seeing that 2 in a row, that's the biggest thing in the arena ice. The ice conditions, like, they're a living, breathing thing, and you have to believe what you see. You had one player overcurl on their first. You want to sometimes take the ownership as the player, but it's important to get that information passed up the lineup.
Free opportunity now for Team Manitoba.
Top four. Line's nice. Yep. Finally. Yeah.
Trying to win a 7th.
How deep? Hard line. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How deep? Speed's good. No, top four.
As we
Line's good.
drop in
Carly's
on
right.
sheet B in our first update, Megan Walter, Casey Scheidegger, and it is Scheidegger with last rock.
And a lot of time, it's really about trying to figure out the ice this early. And for these teams not playing yesterday, Casey needs to tap the stone belonging to Megan Walter back about 3 inches to score 2, but it is buried.
Hard. You gotta go right to it. You gotta get by. Hard. Hard.
Big scrub here if they can. No, a little rub, a little roll, going to spill in, and they do.
1.
And they'll spill into the top of the button for a single.
1.
Good speed.
1. Yep.
Pretty good weight. Could have been close. Do you think to tap it?
I thought you tried. Really well-placed draw by Team Jones here. She's pinned it in practice and top button in the first end.
Yeah.
If your skip is drawing early in an event, that's a great feeling. So McCarville could play the run back here, but it's a bit of a guess.
Close, hey? I didn't throw on that
First
side.
end, day 1 for this team.
So like they felt pretty similar to me both ways.
No, just the same as this side.
Final stone, Northern Ontario.
Good. Line's good. Go a little for line right now. If you can. We're there. No, line's good then. Line's good. Line's great. Line's perfect. Top 4. Yeah, go. Line's great.
It's not heavy.
Yep, to 14-7.
No bounce. No bounce. Kendrin. No bounce.
Really good. Shot. Good judging.
That's about all you could do. Really good effort. It was that first shot, that just simple hit and roll out that could cost them.
Jennifer has to go to the other side of the sheet now. All she needs is full 4. They should have a good idea from their pregame practice how this is going to run.
Less is okay.
Yeah, they won the draw to the button, and Jones just
I think so, yeah.
managed to hit the top of the button.
Yeah. Let's go, Jen. You got it, Jen.
So needs a good piece of the lid for a couple to open up here in the first.
T-line. T-line. Line's good. T-line. Rock. Just for weight. Yeah, go. That's really curls. Harley's rock. Just T-line. It's got to curl. Looks like it's all there. Should be there. Should be there.
No, it's got a bend here now. Got a bend here and then settle in. And it looks like it did. Goodness. Very nice. Got enough of that back of the 4 for 2.
Good. 2 yellow.
Manitoba opens with a couple.
Less than that one.
Well, they call Kamloops the tournament capital as it hosts more than 100 tournaments each year in the numerous sports facilities. And this week, it hosts the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. As we welcome you back on this Saturday, day 2, and our first look at the teams in Pool B. And our featured game is Manitoba against Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario last year, the runners-up to Carrie Anderson in Thunder Bay, find themselves down by a couple. Northern Ontario with last rock as we pick up play here in 2.
Where are we bouncing?
To it.
No bounce. No bounce. Lots of room. Lots of room.
I have to wonder, Russ, with the flip in this lineup for Team McCarville, like Kendra had a miss narrow, going to the wing, trying that tap. If she had gone behind the house, do you think they might have missed some information there? Usually you have a little debrief with your third, and then you get ready for the skip shots.
Great.
But they missed feeding that information up the lineup, and it cost them.
Yeah, absolutely. She just walked down the other end again, and no communication at all. Because you're right, it was a huge overcurl on both of them, and they just didn't pick up on it. Now that's
Okay, well, then,
always
well.
been one of Jennifer's secrets, the communication.
12.
Every
Reach
shot
for the
that's
12
thrown, it's
foot and
10-2, 10-1, 9-8.
All kinds of line
And
right now.
she's just a great ice reader, and she gets a
Sorry,
lot
no,
of
attack
any
it.
team she plays with.
Yeah, and in fairness, sometimes there's a miss and you assume it's the throw, which can happen. It's
Okay.
curling, there's misses all the time. But
Okay, not bad, not bad.
how those teams debrief their shots and share all the information is key. And to speak to the lack of repetition with our keys to the game, this is a new format for Team McCarville, and they haven't had a ton of time to practice it.
Yeah, okay.
I like the
Right
out.
here.
Really?
I gotta be there.
I think they also like being down 3 or 4 because I don't know how many times this team's come back from just about finished.
14-2. Yeah. 14-3.
Very strong with their finesse game, their draw weight. Discuss the option of clearing things up a little bit here, but they're opting to wait a little bit, try to get some rocks in good position. They'd love to score multiple this end.
Hi, Sarah.
Ashley Sipola, this team has been together since the 15-16 season.
Top 8. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard,
Just no weight in this one.
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tight, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, Kathy, we said that Rachel Holman is expected to challenge for one of the 3 spots, opening up against the team from Newfoundland and Labrador and Stacey Curtis.
Well, facing 3 on her final, Stacey tried to hit and roll in front of one of the Ontario Stones to make it difficult for Rachel to remove, but just got to the nose, so this is a wide open hit for 3.
Remembering, of course, it is Rachel Holman throwing the 4th stones. The skipping duties really do fall to Tracy Fleury at 3rd, but it's still known as the Holman team, and they'll put 3 on the board.
A little bit of trouble here early for Northern Ontario. Nice little run back, short run back there, and a lot of congestion up front. Very easy double. I don't know whether you can get 3 of them though. Looks like it redirects and sticks on that top 8 rock.
Even if they can just spread these rocks out a bit to utilize these guards, that would be helpful.
Yes, hard. Really hard.
Make some noise.
Gotta go really hard.
Ashley Sipola.
Go the
Okay,
other
whoa,
way.
whoa, whoa,
Other
whoa.
way.
Shoot her the other way. Kendra, go, go, go,
1-2, touch, and gets rid of 1. And has a slight stagger now up top. Still has the Manitoba side sitting 3.
For the guard?
Yeah.
I think this is hard. Okay. Or we guard.
But what are we guarding? The yellow.
Guard the yellow? Yeah, that was my other thought.
And New Brunswick, the team from the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton. Andrea Kelly, last year's bronze medalist,
Do the come around then.
with a steal of 1 against the team from Yellowknife and Carrie
This is
Galusha.
there. Do you prefer the out? Okay.
Out turn looks a little tricky to navigate here. I'd be tempted to look at the in turn side. I know you're coming around a rock in the top 12 foot, but there is a ton of finish late.
That's what's wrong with Northern Ontario's come around the center guard. It curled early, got into the slow path. This looks like it's out wider into the draw to the button path, so it should slide nice.
Yep. Hard! Hard!
Gotta go.
This just went sideways.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Can't line this up. Keep going. That's good. That's fine. Good.
It's actually really good.
That's awareness,
Weight was
isn't it?
decent.
You know, you
was
just,
good.
if you move that red stone over, now you can't drive a combination back. She knew that. She saw that.
Yeah, I never thought we had to go.
That way though.
Yeah, you can't
Can't
replace the experience that Jennifer has, and it really pays dividends.
Anywhere high side, though.
See anything else? Top red, it all go in the back.
The red might stick on that side yellow though. It's close.
No.
We gotta get rid of these 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna come across it, Kendra.
Could be real close because it might drag a wee bit to get that. It's going to hit the top side of it and roll out maybe. Either way, you got to deal with it. They're not overlapped enough to get a lot of drag.
Yes.
They never played on the tour this year because of the limited amount of time
Whoa.
playing for the McCarville side.
Good, Kendra. Good.
Well, that was sneaky.
That's a great result.
Nice shot, Kendra. Do you like just picking that? Okay. Looks. How much do you have? Firm. Let's go. You got a card?
Worked out so well because Jennifer's decided to deal with it, which lets Northern Ontario deal with those two rocks out front.
Please.
Carly Burgess.
Whoa! No, you can't.
Starting to float on her.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Trying to help it over a little
Okay,
bit. Oh, and it's gone.
Okay.
Wow.
Even if we hit and roll right now, it's not good.
You like that?
I like the nose double.
I like playing it for sure.
I like playing the double.
Did that end turn around?
Yeah, just
Play the
a
double,
great
and
shot
if
by
it comes
Kendra
up,
Lilly
then
and
whatever
an
guard
unexpected miss from Carly.
Similar weight,
You saw those
Adriana.
wings running so straight, and it's
Yep.
difficult from the hack when you can't even see the whole rock trying to make that pick.
Carly had seen two draws take off, and she probably had that in her head, but we've seen it already last night. The wider you get, the straighter it is.
The double or the roll?
No, play this, but this is
Okay.
fine.
Hit and roll. Well, we're playing the double though.
I think she was saying
A couple choices here. You could actually hit the back one and roll somewhere.
There's a lot of real estate to roll to, too, with those guards in play now.
Kendra Lilly makes her home in Sudbury, so she'll practice
Whoa!
on her own, make the trip to Thunder Bay occasionally to practice with the team. And she's going to spill them both, and look at that, turn it around. And just like that, it is Northern Ontario sitting the two.
Yeah, Jones was sitting 4 at one point, most of them buried.
I like it.
Board weight.
Another smart veteran call here, Joanne. You could throw peel at this to jump across and make the double, but if you hit it thick, you'll go across the top. She's only going to throw board if she hits it thick. She might not make the double, but she'll roll buried.
Yeah, and if she can roll for a shot rock, the two is no longer in play for right now. It'll have to be a skips two.
Let's go, Jen.
Curious to see how this moves off the center line.
Yeah, especially with board weight.
Solid. Solid. Close. Close. Yeah. Roll. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
Clementine, Burgess on the brush.
Roll it.
And watch the roll now. And is it in that little hole? And it's sneaked in there.
Good, Jen. I think you're
There's a gap to get through. And it looks like it may be shot stone.
I don't know.
They were perfect in their provincial playdowns. Undefeated in the pool, undefeated in the championship round, and then had the win over Megan Walter out of East St. Paul and did it convincingly 10 to 5. They've had a wonderful season, actually. They got out of the gate very quickly. They played 12 times, you said, about how busy this team was, Jones. And then they won Saville. Remember, they won the points bet,
That's
too,
right, yeah.
in Fredericton. And that was worth $50,000 to the
That's
team.
true.
That's a lot of seed money.
think the same as here?
I think it's
Hair
a
more.
little hair more. Yeah.
Briefly discussed trying to come through that port to sit two, but opting for a lower difficulty shot, playing the come around. There's an opportunity here to make both of Krista's rocks count.
Just a brilliant weight choice by the skipper there, and didn't hit it where she wanted to, but still got shot rock.
Hold it out there.
Line's pretty good right now.
Line's good.
Head down. Go, go.
Line's good.
Heads down.
Hard.
Cipla left. Lily right.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
What a carry this is. If you can sneak this by, wrap this around. Take it a little deeper, wrap it around. Oh, great sweep, guys. Shot rock belongs to Northern Ontario.
What?
Boy, they dragged. That's the highest number I've seen.
This is different. I've played against McCarville for 10 years. I've never seen them sweep that fast. It looks like they've been working on their stroke rate. That was a really amazing carry. I never thought that was getting there.
15-2.
Well, further to the changes, as it was a dominating performance by McCarville in the provincials as they won over Krista Burns. But, think about this. If you're Kendra Lilly and the coach comes to you and says, you know what, we think it would be better that you go down and sweep, and we'll do that. you might be a little deflated. But Rick said, we said to her, your brushing ability, look at the top teams and how much those brushers mean to those teams. You're going to play that same kind of role, and she's bought into it.
Fantastic.
It's 2 in.
Line's nice. Gotta be T. A little farther than it.
T line.
Line's good. T.
Room. T.
It's a shade
Lauren,
heavier
rock.
than the previous rock.
Back 4.
No.
Lauren,
He slipped out from the pillar to post sweep as well.
Let it work.
Gotta bury. Yep. As long
Hard,
as you're slowly,
Lauren.
but hard.
Trying to tuck
Lauren.
something in behind.
Go, go, go.
Hard.
So you're sweeping what, end to end, basically?
Yeah, so we just saw Northern Ontario. They swept Krista's draw the entire length of the sheet. That path is going to run quicker. So even if they would have taken a hog-to-hog time to try to judge that rock, Jennifer's rock will run faster, the second one down that line.
How much faster do you think? Depends on the surface.
Depends on the surface, depends on the point in the game, but I've seen anywhere from 3 to 6 feet even, especially if you're throwing right after that rock was just carried. And to the effect of the sweeping technique of this Northern Ontario team, there's 2 ways to drag a rock: putting maximum downward pressure and really leaning into the broom and trying to heat the ice that way. The other way is to have a very quick stroke rate. Really, really fast brush strokes will heat the ice as well. Both are extremely effective, and it's knowing what's best for you and figuring that out through testing. And this is different. I have not seen this before with this team.
Little tough finesse shot here again. How much pebbles there? How fast is it in? A little tighter.
Yeah, they move the brush in too.
Yeah, right. You got to pick the speed right here,
Almost
boy.
through. Okay, Wolf.
Well, and one of the things that you and I were talking about, Joe, when we talked about Kendra assuming that position, is the conditioning becomes huge. She is used to sweeping 4 stones and now 6. And if you accelerate that brush rate as well, it's a very long week.
How to get it over. Move it over. Move it over. Touch it. Push it back and sit down. 2 red. Lovely shots by Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville. And they'll take a look around. Just 2 it is. Thank you, ladies. I was right yesterday. I'm right again so far today. We're tied at 2. Saturday afternoon, day 2 of the Scotties from Kamloops here at the Sandman Center. They're also going to be hosting this year's Memorial Cup. So as we said, it is a tournament town, Kamloops.
Even if it's deep, you gotta go. Go, go, go. Keep going, Ash. Hard, hard, hard.
Good. 14-6. Keep her good.
Shoot. Hack. Okay.
10 ends of play, 38 minutes, thinking time, 2 timeouts, 90 seconds each, and no tick rule. Debate even in here about whether that is still is a worthy rule. Your teammate, for gosh sakes, was one of the best at it. And a little slap in the face to Lisa Weigel. And the ticking. You think that you like this, do you?
I love it, Vic. I think it makes the game more exciting, and I think you still have an advantage having that last rock, but it's less automatic, and all of the rocks matter with what you do with them. So the front end rocks are really, really important when you can't move those guards around.
What's interesting now too, Vic, is when the rock doesn't arrive on the center line, it's tickable and virtually nobody's ticking it. They're just ignoring it and going right around anyways.
Well, that's the hard thing, is when it's off the center line, it's a bit more of a guess on how that rock is going to react, because you're going to see a lot of draws to the middle coming around that center line, and usually you can guess the broom for the tick from there, but when it's an off-center guard, you never want to nose it.
Right.
So it makes things a bit trickier.
But doesn't that then come down to skill?
Of course, and it's something that the leads will continue to practice if that's the game plan that the team is going to commit to.
Nice shot, Ash.
Well, right around, look at that. Ashley Sipola lays one right on the lid as we play here in the 3rd. Manitoba with last rock in a 2-2 tie.
Yeah. 9, maybe 9.
The ice was something and is always a talking point when it comes to Northern Ontario. And Krista McCarville said as much in an interview. They had a going away for the team last Tuesday at the Fort William Curling Club. And in a report, talking with one of the reporters up there, the quicker we can get a hold of the ice, the better we'll be. which is obvious to many. But as Joe said earlier, they don't play on arena ice very often.
No, that's just not enough reps. And you have to hand it to the teams like Jones that make the effort to play 13 spiels. Jennifer played 5 more mixed doubles. Glenn's flown out to Winnipeg at least twice for practice weekends. Like, they put a lot of effort into the season.
I will say, though, Russ, their provincial championship in Northern Ontario was on arena ice this year, and they had a very strong week there.
It was a good surface.
To build off of that only a few weeks ago, you can see that they're catching on very quickly now. A few uncharacteristic misses in the first end, but they're zeroing in.
Well, a draw like that by Sipala right to the lid. And now again trying to replicate.
Okay, hold it. Whoa. Good shot.
Well, you mentioned Glenn, and of course Glenn is your brother, and it's just not right to see him in a Manitoba jacket. But there he is as he got the call from Jennifer, said, would you mind being our coach? Because Victor Schell had left and gone elsewhere, and he said, sure. But he did say it was difficult to put that jacket on because he hated the jacket for all those years because the teams were so tough coming out of Manitoba. But what he did say as well is that, because Kathy and I asked, what are you adding here? He says, just when Jen calls a timeout, she has a game plan, she's just not quite sure. Then I come down, and my job is to either reassure her in her choice or give her possibly something else. But she just wants somebody that has that kind of knowledge, comparable knowledge, and that's Glenn.
Well, not too many people can help on the strategy end of Jennifer Jones, but Glenn might be one of them.
Mackenzie Zacharias just narrowly missed the double peel attempt here. So advantage McCarville.
Yeah, that red one's in a good spot. It's locked in the corner.
They want to create some separation here between the guards to make that double peel a little bit trickier.
It's past half. Yep, go a little. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Oh, it.
That is a takeoff. That grabbed something.
So when you think about these two and Jones and Howard, look at that. I mean, you actually need 2 pages to get everything on the sheet. All their championships, their resumes. 2 of the very best, Jones and Howard, teaming up here at the Scotties. Runs it over, opens it up, and then gets that shooter to roll away, covering the 8.
I like the guard.
I like the guard too, Joanne, because what do you do if you're Jennifer right now? There's no shot for 2.
I don't mind a little deeper.
And that top red is in a really good spot.
Okay,
that picked at the end.
Oh, yeah,
but still, it was kind of your handle.
Kendra didn't like how much her guard moved there, so she's going to add a little bit of rotation to keep that rock running a bit straighter. This is, again, something that this team has learned on arena ice, being able to make those little tweaks on the fly.
Careful with that, the way, because that can slide that little bit farther. It looked like it actually picked at the end a little bit.
You might be Ashes. This one's wider. Gotta go, Ash. Sarah, help.
Tight.
Hard. Gotta be tight.
Hard.
Gotta be tight. Gotta go.
Go.
Really hard.
Look at this go. This is walking over us.
Yeah.
Center. Go. Hard. Keep going. Go.
How much did they cover? Oh, a good piece of it.
Damn a quarter of it.
Well managed again, because that was wide for the longest time.
Peel. Sure. I like it.
Yeah, let's go, Car.
Taking a run at the rocks in the house here, Russ.
You just hit and roll.
Don't. Yes, it looks like they might be, yeah.
She said peel weight.
Yeah, I guess you can get it. Sorry, Vic, you can get enough of that. You can make the double. Roll out, obviously, but that would sure make things a lot simpler.
Yep.
Carly Burgess,
Hard. Yes.
originally from Truro, Nova Scotia.
Hard. Whoa.
Oh, look at that. And we'll get rid of one, pushes it back, leaves the Manitoba stone shot rock. We mentioned Truro, and you saw earlier the 3 World Junior Championships that she won. 2 of them came in Nova Scotia, one with Caitlin Jones, the other with a young lady that we first saw was Mary Fay.
Right.
Remember Mary
Yeah.
Fay? That was in 16. And Mary is studying, and now she's at the Dalhousie Medical School and only curls occasionally.
Great player.
Yeah. And then, of course, with Zacharias in 23 World Junior Championships.
Yeah.
Carly Burgess.
We had 9.5. Do you like to hold it?
Sure. Do you like the hit?
Just two beautiful peels from Carly Burgess this then. She wouldn't have been happy with last stand having that rock run so straight and flash, but just speaks to her mental toughness and all that experience she's had already so early in her career. This is game changing.
I think they should go.
What kind of
9.5. We got to hit 3/4.
It's funny to watch them now because Mackenzie said
with 9.5?
in playing her, Jones, prior to hooking up with her, they rarely talked. They never talked. She was the queen. We didn't talk to the queen. You just played against her. You shook hands and said, good game. And at the end you said, I'll have a drink, thank you. And then, so she was a little afraid of her and intimidated by her. And when that call, when Jones reached out to the team, it came as a bit of surprise. And then when they said, look, I just want you to bring your whole team. We're going to work this out. And then she says, I can't turn that down.
Not a chance.
That just curled the entire way down the sheet.
Shot stone belongs now to Northern Ontario.
We talked about it yesterday after the game. It's such release sensitive, isn't it? Those in-turns get a little bit soft. They're gone. The out-turns, you pop them a bit, which is the natural move for most curlers. And it doesn't curl. Well, that's great. The best team will win that way.
Okay.
You gotta get low.
Yeah. Okay. All
I
right.
think that's easier than going the other way.
Yeah, it looks pretty thin even the other way.
What?
It looks thin the
Yeah.
other way. Yeah.
Just hack. Like, I don't really have to kill it. I just need to
Move it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Brilliant teaching
They're good,
move
Jen, let's
there,
go.
too. Jennifer's got hammer. She's prepared to score, even if it's a 1. Why throw enough weight to get this out of the rings? Because then the jam comes into play. Just get it out of the 4-foot, sit 2, maybe even buried.
All right. Let's go. Yeah. Solid! Whoa! Close! Lauren! Straight! Straight! Hard! No roll!
And in time, hold it up, push it back, roll it underneath, and then it just peaks on that out-turn side. Well, after falling behind by a couple in that first, Northern Ontario responded with some nice shot making in the second, and the key shot was this one by Krista McCarville.
And on her first, she made a perfectly placed draw around that guard, and Jennifer had to be essentially perfect with her draw. She left it a little bit open, but this was a delicate tap back. Overthrow this, it blows right by. Underthrow it, it's going to curl too much, and they managed it the whole way down the sheet. A great team shot, and bouncing back with that 2. This game is very much going to be a battle.
The key shot is brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together.
Jennifer once again picked the right speed, smart decision before she threw, makes it that much easier, and she could score 3 because of this. To make the double properly, they have to get incredibly close, Northern Ontario, to that center guard.
Nothing yet, Lily. Right. Sipple left. What have you got? You got 1 across the top, and we'll just get rid of 1, so it'll be an open draw for 2, Manitoba.
Out turns hanging wide. That should be our theme song.
Well, we saw later in the game, though, as the conditions changed, we saw a little bit more curl on those up-weight shots, so we'll have to keep an eye on how it's going to run today.
I'm going to try to throw a little bit less than I threw on that one. I feel like it should be a little bit better.
I agree. Yep. Let's go, Jen.
Great
Let's
as a
capitalize
skip.
here.
Yep.
Free draw in your opening game to really make sure that you've got it dialed in.
Got all there, Carly.
Me too.
Clean it, yes!
Line's fine.
anywhere in the paint.
Line's fine. Back for. We almost. Do you need it? No. Okay. Good, Jeff.
And good it is for 2 more. So we trade deuces through the first 3. Manitoba. Jennifer Jones lead it again.
Yeah, nice shot, Carly. That was hard. I always get super excited, and it's always amazing feeling to step onto that ice. It's definitely not going to be easy to defend our title, and we just got to think of one game, take each game individually, and see what happens at the end.
Super special. It's our first Scotties for all of us, and we're really looking forward to kind of embracing that moment and getting to be the home team, and we feel really lucky that we get that chance.
And that will be our featured game when we join you again tonight. Make a note, we are in the Pacific region, of course, so 6 p.m. local, 9 Eastern time. Carrie Anderson trying to win a 4th straight Canadian championship against the team from BC, the home team, in this case, from the Vancouver Curling Club. Clancy Grandy, who's made the move from Ontario, the Burlington area, to Coquitlam, and she has them into the Scotties. 9 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, tomorrow is Sandra Schmerler Day, and that will be the number we'll be asking you to call tomorrow. So here, jot it down already. You can do it online, of course, or donate tomorrow to the Sandra Schmerler Foundation.
Hey, room for now.
All in support of neonatal care across the country.
Whoa, perfect. Okay, line's getting better. It's getting better. Line's good. We're there. We're there. Line's good. Easy. Not Sarah. Not Sarah, I don't think. Just curling hard. Right here. Whoa, it's warping.
Easy, easy.
Gonna go on the other side. On the other side. Shot. Okay. 15.
And there have been many cases of curlers who have been aided by the Schmerler Foundation, including
That was a good shot.
lead Sarah Potts for Northern Ontario. She and husband Jordan. It was 3 years ago today. Their twins, Cohen and Leo, were born prematurely, and it was through the effort and the donation of the Sandra Schmerler Foundation for equipment in Thunder Bay and neonatal care that has helped those 2 boys survive. So to them, happy birthday. Mom says hello, and to Jordan back home, Mom says, don't call, just do what you need to do. And there, of course, is Grandpa as well, Rick Lang. He was on the ice when he got the text. They were on the ice, the team was playing, and he was coaching.
Hey, line's guys.
Wait's the good.
Line's
We
good.
can wait.
Hey, line's good.
I remember being on tour with my own son and running into Rick in the airport, just doing the laps, and he took a turn holding, and he was trying to practice what it would look like holding 2 at once because they were highly anticipating waiting that arrival of the twins.
So Rick has been with this team for, well, as long as he's coached his daughter. He's coached as well Krista McCarville. And it's interesting, Kathy, one of the things they did say was, we talked about those unforced errors that they're trying to get rid of. You know, those rollouts maybe being long instead of short on a draw. The other change, of course, the big one is the Kendra Lilly now brushing and not holding the broom for McCarville.
He also talked about softening releases a little bit. He said they found that in previous years they came out, and he didn't use the term helicopter, but he was talking about a lot of rotation, and he felt that a lot of the reason that their rocks wouldn't curl as much and that they were rolling out was because of that. So they've tried to soften releases. A lot of little things that he noticed from last year that they were trying to all culminate in reduced forced errors, but we have still seen more than I think he'd like to see.
Yeah, and the other thing was he reached out, he said, to some of his friends who he really respected a great deal, said, what do you see in my team? And they gave him a list, and then he went from there.
It's a wonderful point Kathy makes, because you tend to have this pop release, as they coined it, to get it to run straight longer so that it doesn't over curl. Why not take more ice? What's wrong with getting, you can't throw one rotation and have it go off the map, but having a little less rotation can pay dividends if you get the broom in the right spot, because it'll hook in there and you can make shots the other guys can't.
And often you see that aggressive release is usually it plays on the lighter weight shots, on the draws, on the guards, on the taps, because you delay the break point, it's easier to control. But as soon as you up that weight, and we're seeing that on this surface, that any kind of release runs deadly straight.
Might not come back.
I don't think you need to whip it. You don't want
Northern
to
Ontario with the hammer here in the fourth. So go back to that stone that Lily threw. May have been last end. If they are in fact trying to soften up their releases, the communication for her to say, I'm going to add some rotation, was that a key then for her to say that?
Yeah, and it just shows that they have more than one release in their pocket, and that speaks to how they're working towards being able to adapt to the ever-changing arena ice conditions. Great opportunity here for Team Manitoba.
No, Lauren. No, clean. Good. Nice.
Very nice little
Real
combination. Gets rid of the shot rock, leaves the Manitoba stone covered top four.
And early this end, Mackenzie Zacharias made a beautiful run back on the opposition stones, and her shooter rolled into the staggered situation. So Team McCarville is 2 shots away from a shot rock now.
And that yellow-red's queued up for Manitoba also.
Well, we haven't seen much from this game after Scheidegger scored a single. They had back-to-back blanks, Kathy, and now it appears Scheidegger is sitting one again back button. Final stone coming up here from Megan Walter out of East St. Paul.
Well, and she needs the hearts. This game has really not been forced by either team so far. I think a little bit of nerves coming in for sure for Megan Walter and her team, not having been here before. And so this is the first end with lots of rocks in play. Megan ticked the front stone on her first, and that allowed Casey to guard again. Needs to get to the hearts to score.
Now Walter took over as skip some 6 months ago, curling just 54%. And that won't help the average either. So it's a steal of one, 2-0 Scheidegger.
Clean. 9.5. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. No. Lauren. 3, 2, 8. Hard. Okay.
Wanted to roll a little, the shooter roll a little closer to the center line. Sets up a pretty simple double now.
Yeah, make the double. 9.5, 9.4, like.
Sorry.
Oh, good throw. I
Looks like they want to go, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And then they don't.
And they don't finish really from like the hog line in.
No. It's got to be shot.
Make the double in a roll.
Yeah.
She smashes.
Yeah.
I should have open like 8 foot
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
If you want to copy a curling delivery, I'd suggest this would be one of the ones you'd copy. So solid, square shoulders, relaxed throwing arm.
Whoa!
Just right at it.
Close.
In a 10th Scotties appearance.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard!
Bang, bang.
Right out there. Go, go, go.
Not quite, but they are the shot rock. Open, however.
It's funny, Jennifer talked about how straight it was coming in. That one seemed to jump.
Yeah, that might have been a bit of a release difference. If you give them a chance to curl, they might come up a little bit more, especially as the game goes on. The problem now is
Probably didn't have as much weight.
she will only need the 8 foot for one, but depending on where Jennifer Jones's shooter rolls to, it may be a bit tricky to get in there, and they may have to go to a different path.
Okay. They're good, Jen. You got it.
Jennifer talked about nosing this, which works fine, but you could actually roll to the broom.
I would be tempted to roll over a little bit and force Krista McCarville out wider.
A little wider, yeah.
It's nice.
Easy, clean.
No, Carly.
Car. Gotta go, Car.
Again, as we pointed out yesterday, that knifing technique with the brush, trying to help it over, and just catches it. But it will be a draw against 3 and needs a good piece of the 8.
Jennifer will not be happy with that one.
Oh, your mate was good.
Put it back, yeah. Sorry.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't hate it. It just never got to the center line, yeah.
I got good weight too.
What'd you get?
Whatever they are.
Historically, when it's basically a single sheet because you've got the bumpers and the foam, but when you flood it, it freezes high in the center, and that's what's happened here so far last night and again today. So that, as you heard Jennifer say, I didn't quite get to the center line. That's when it will make the move.
I was a little bit, because mine really kind of finished.
Yeah.
Hit and roll.
Good in, just the same.
Just the 4th draw of the game for Krista McCarville.
So it was close, guys.
Liked it out of her hand.
Line's good.
You're a little more in the middle. It's
Go,
curling.
go, 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 go. Yep, go, go, go. Hard. Gotta go really hard. Go inside.
This one's curling early.
Wow.
Hard, Kendra, gotta go.
Pot's out now, too. They got to get a good piece of the 8. Really a good piece. Now, a really good piece, and that will do. All hands on deck for that. A draw against 3. Keeping our eye on things so you can keep your eye on the set or the whatever screen you're watching at home here at the Scotties from Kamloops on this Saturday afternoon, day 2, and our first look at teams in Pool B. Only Team Yukon and Haley Burney from the Whitehorse Curling Club not on the ice. 9 teams in each pool. 18 teams in total, of course. All the provinces, territories represented. Then you add a Northern Ontario team. Team Canada plus 3 wild cards. That brings you up to 18. Northern Ontario get their single. Down by 1, and Manitoba with last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 5.
Get more room here. Fight the house.
Lauren Lenentine,
No
nice
line.
story.
There I know.
This past January, she's originally from PEI.
Oh, bye, Art.
The Cornwall Curling Club
Street.
has been rededicated as the Cornwall Curling Club, home of the world champion Lauren Lenentine.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they have her jersey in a frame in the curling club.
Yeah. You like that?
Christmas hit was? It curled.
Yeah. Like Bob? Or even 10, I think, would do it. Okay, like 10?
10 and a half.
Right? It curls.
Yeah, this is where Krista's curled, yeah.
This is where Krista's curled. They're not kidding. That free draw didn't look very free halfway down. It just, we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Hard! Really hard! Hard!
Well, got him toast. Touched them both, got rid of one.
Yeah, it did look solid. It was solid. I told them it curled that. I know. I think we just knows that. Getting it.
Just seeing a lot of movement on this crowd side on this sheet. There was no panic early out of the hand there, and the sweepers, it sounds like it was a overthrown, if anything.
But isn't that, Russ, what you come to expect? Because we always say that heat from that side may affect the ice.
For sure, yeah, it can soften it up. It could be airflow. It can be, there's a little bit of moisture in the building for sure. It's 70% humidity outside. No dehumidification here. There's all kinds of factors. It's a bit of a juggling act for an ice maker.
And it's so nice to have
Like 10?
the fans back after 2 years, 1 year totally isolated in the bubble of Calgary. And then, of course, last year just the volunteers, and nothing better than the fries, gravy, poutine at the Scotties.
Close. No. Whoa. Whoa. Go, Sarah. Go. Okay. Throw. 10-3.
I didn't want to go till they tell me because it's such a curly spot. Don't mind trying to roll a bit here. There should
I love
be
that
no
type of
double.
communication. You know, you can add so much, help your
Same
skip
weight.
out with that
Would you like board?
decision making, when to brush on those perfect hit and rolls. They figured out that that is starting to go in that area. Big shot here. You know that there's going to be a double for Team Northern Ontario. If you get it buried, you're in good shape.
Yeah, but if you ever over-roll, there's a double on the other side.
Right.
Yep.
Should go here.
Whoa. Clean. No. Clean. Lauren.
Big rotation.
Lauren. We gotta get to know. Go. There's no roll. Okay. Good.
Yeah, 11, so good call.
Close, okay.
Little roll. Even a roll to here is good. Overroll is good. I like same weight. 10. Yep.
So Coach Glenn Howard is on the right, and that's Emily Zacharias is considered the alternate, or as they say now, in active lead. They do have it planned out that they are going to rotate her in. She will play the next game, and then that means that Lauren sits, and that's the way now Glenn sits. At some point in time, they may actually sit Mackenzie and do that, but their rotation for the most part is set in stone for the week.
I got it. Okay. I don't know what. Ash, do you think they threw your first
I think I didn't have as much rotation on my first one.
Because I don't know. They weren't.
Yeah.
Those two.
Board.
Let's go, Car.
Nobody can quite figure this spot out. They're close.
Yeah, we just heard Northern Ontario say it might have been the release on the first over curl, because all we've seen are under curls now in this spot.
Yeah, which is unpredictable.
Also, sometimes when you see a path get warmed up a bunch of times by the same rock, it kind of creates a bit of a gutter, and the rocks all just stay in there.
Screwed up again. It just looks like it wants to curl. Sorry.
Roll off the other one.
Update time, Kathy. Let's check in on Holman and Curtis.
Well, it's pretty much an open end this end, but there were two when Stacey Curtis went to throw her last rock. She did try the long double, only getting one and rolling out, and that is why there is nothing else in the house. So for Rachel, any piece of the paint is good for two.
Out of the Ottawa Curling Club, Holman in a 9th appearance, 3-time winner of the Scotties. And 2 it is. It was a difficult travel for, as I think Kathy mentioned earlier, for Newfoundland and Labrador. They got hung up by weather problems in the Atlantic provinces.
Wow.
Just made enough contact.
That fooled them too. I got to keep a nice eye on the surface.
Was that down?
It looked it at the end, but she didn't say she got it. It was down.
Maybe losing its surface a little. Like.
Yeah, part of me is wondering if it's first down the path in a while, if they curl and they run a bit slower, and then it gets warmed up after a few rocks.
Somebody just whispered could be losing the surface a little bit. So. Nice chance to sink one here now.
Nice kite. I think it's minimum.
Well, there's to your point of the amount of games, the effort that this new Jones team put in as compared to McCarville. McCarville's team basically played 3 events on tour. They won one in Kenora. And then within their Super League, they in Thunder Bay, they made it to the quarters. Mentioned at Manitoba, 12 tour events, winning 2, Saville Center, and then the points bet.
I think so. Okay, so that 10, I guess, because this is kind of what we know now.
And I don't think his knows that, because this is pretty buried.
Hit that yellow thin.
Yeah.
So if we know,
Joanne?
is that bad?
Make the double easy, and then you're pretty well buried underneath your own color.
You would have something.
Yeah, I don't
This
mind
works
the
too.
little
I guess you
tap
could
here,
hit
too.
this and kick it across a bit.
The nose or that little bit, I guess.
Might leave a red double though.
Sure.
Which one do you like?
Well, they've seen this path a bunch of times this end. It's probably a little bit less of a guess with the broom.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't mind eliminating 2 Manitoba stones here, though. A 2 for Manitoba would give them full control going into the break here.
Sheet B, and it's still Megan Walter out of East St. Paul looking for their first points, and it appears that it is still Scheidegger out of Lethbridge sitting the one.
She is. Megan played this exact same shot on her first one, facing 2. She buried, but it was a little bit deep. Casey came down and sat on it. His shot. Megan needs it to stop biting the hearts.
Okay, Meg.
And sliding too far. Steal of one more. Scheidegger. It's interesting because one of the things they talked about this Megan Walter team coming in was all the rocks in play. It was, as she said, pedal to the metal. We want to do all that kind of thing, Kathy. And here she is scoreless so far through 5.
That's what I was thinking first, but.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah, I don't think we have to throw it that hard.
Well,
like
is 10 too much?
No, I
just
don't
gotta
mind
make
10.
sure I kill the 2.
Yeah.
It's not a great angle, but I guess even if we blank, even if we roll out.
I like 10. Okay.
There's that unforced error that Rick was talking
I don't know.
about.
Do you guys like this?
I do.
What kind of weight,
though?
It's 10? I'm just afraid I'm not going to get that one out.
Right
I got to
here,
get half
outside.
yellow. Do that or we draw around everything. But I think I like this.
I like this. This is the first thing we
I can't whip it. I don't want to whip it. What were you thinking?
I was thinking even a little bit less.
I just got to make sure I get that red out.
Yeah. 10. Okay, so good.
As Jennifer said, if she happens to roll out and kill the red, the blank is fine for Team Manitoba as well.
Yeah, you're never sitting 2 here.
Picked up early. Very early. Clementine and Burgess. And she'll kill her own and then roll over.
Not even close. Great audible though, Vic, on the way down.
Yeah. Weight was good, hey?
So I'm wondering if that rings true first down the path on the side that's been sitting.
Yeah,
Some
that
unexpected
one
curl.
I like the throw.
I got good weight. I got 10 on the dot.
Thought I took aggressive ice.
McCarville could just eliminate the yellow rock and have the force on, but they're opting for the more aggressive call here. Get buried behind this rock in the top of the 8 foot. My question is how fast, or how slow rather, this path is going to be to the middle.
You know the spot.
Nice, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
Out this wide, I think it'll run fine. We seem to get getting a little bit of deterioration already in the middle.
Yep.
So line's crucial.
Where do you want the landing gear to come down on this one? Whereabouts?
Left
I
top.
would think, you know, close to the button, but not on the button. So top 4 is pretty good. It's more of a line call, right? You're not going to brush it unless it's buried.
Room right now. Room. It's really running.
I mean, if you get too far behind, she's got the yellow run back, right?
Right, or behind the tee line, she just follows it. This has to slow down.
13-9. No. Got to sit in the 8.
And bend.
Yep. Go. Keep going. Wait.
Okay, that works.
That does. They're sitting 2.
Probably not, eh?
Yeah, I think I just like the draw.
Another unforced.
Well, it does the job. The force is on. A foot farther, and that's a disaster. But
At 13-9. Did you think he
9?
shot 13-9?
I thought it was like definitely less than that one, for sure.
Less than which one?
Like my draw. Or sorry, more.
Yeah, more.
Like that was less is what I meant to say.
yeah.
Normal?
Yeah, normal.
You just didn't throw yours, Car?
I thought it was minimum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Throw good.
Okay.
Let's go, John.
Full 8.
Yeah.
Final stone and facing a couple.
Can't really hurt it.
Looking to extend the lead, heading to the break.
Where are you? You're not on the backing yet. You have no backing.
All on its own, and so
No backing.
Clementine and Burgess back away.
Yikes.
No backing, and they back away, which isn't a good sign.
Hard, you gotta go hard. Yep. Hard.
Trying to use something, don't gear away. Oh, and they did. And it's going to be a steal of 2.
Sure.
Yeah. 2 red?
Yeah.
2 red it is out of nowhere. A mistake by Jones, heavy, and McCarville leads it at the break.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It's pure comfort. By Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada.
McLang from the hand gesture maybe suggesting be a little bit more positive on their throws. Northern Ontario team out of the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay getting a surprise steal of 2. And Jennifer Jones is heavy with her last rock. What do you see in the numbers after 5?
Yeah, Jennifer Jones is playing well. Just an unforced error from Team Manitoba and overthrown by Jennifer Jones certainly, but misjudged by the sweepers. They had options to use the backing there, and that may cost them later in this game.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet Canada, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And now it's Glenn Howard's turn to settle them down. That's a big miss. On a very nice day here in Kamloops. There's more than 2,000 hours of sunshine every year, some 316 days. Second largest city in the interior, 90,000. That's before we get back to play, let's update the game between the territories and New Brunswick, Kathy.
And the degree of difficulty that Andrea Crawford Kelly has faced. This has been a full court press from this team from the north, coming at her hard, facing 4 again, did on her first. Needs to make a really good draw here to keep her team in this game.
Last year's runner-up, or bronze medalist from the Capital Winter Club, made one change in the lineup. Jill Brothers from Nova Scotia joining the team, replacing Jill Babham, who moved to Ontario. And look at that, very nice. That'll get them a single as they go to the break, and it is a 3-2 lead for the team from Yellowknife, skipped by Kerry Galusha. On this Saturday afternoon, we welcome you back to the Sandman Center, overlooking the South Thompson River here in Kamloops, and our home for the week in this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Our feature, Northern Ontario, Manitoba. Manitoba looking to regroup now after that mistake. The heavy draw by Jennifer Jones. Steal of 2, Northern Ontario. They lead it by 1. Manitoba with last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Keep going. Okay, keep going. Yes. Just line them up then.
Yeah, they're caught off guard there. It was a kind of a team effort to miss that one. They just didn't communicate quite quick enough, and I truly believe, I talked earlier about the interns. Most of us, the interns, a little softer release than the outturn. The outturn in this case will track a little bit longer, doesn't get into the middle, and it seems to be, certainly last night, later in the middle, it got quite soft, it got quite slow, and I think Jennifer just stayed out in the good stuff, but she threw it pretty hard to begin with.
Yeah, I timed it hog to hog. It was a 13-4, so that's a straight overthrow. But that being said, as the sweeper, you see, okay, we just need the full 8-foot for the 1. Oh, it should be fine. But that little lapse, you can't be giving away points when you're at the Scotties.
You picked up on that right away. It was like, it's fine. What's fine mean?
Exactly, and that's something that, as a front ender for my whole career, the more specific you can be in your mind, even on those open draws, that's going to help you later in the game. So accidental double centerline guards for Team Northern Ontario. I don't think they wanted to have 2 guards in play on the center line, but they would love to force Team Jennifer Jones this end and have a tie ball game with 4 ends to play.
I got through school on that's fine.
Oh, another plan B here. It's supposed to be a freeze.
Good. Okay, that works. Okay.
Those hang around, center line back 4.
Going to be some fireworks now with these rocks positioned the way they are.
Like what you, yeah. No.
Nice good. T-lane. T-lane. Line's good. You need T-lane. Got rain here. Can you let it work?
Just T-line.
It's Lauren's rock.
This rock has a lot of rotation on it coming into the house here.
T-line.
Lauren. Good, perfect
Good.
spot. Perfect spot.
That just speaks to Jennifer Jones's faith in her team. She could have opted to open up the middle here, take a deep breath, make sure that they score this end. Instead, she's staying on the offense, and that's just a great opportunity for the former team Zacharias, to really continue to hone on their skills and get that aggressive play under their belts.
Yeah, that slip's heavy.
Or if you come up late,
Yeah, either
all of
way,
a sudden you're in a
you're
huge amount of trouble.
Big and not a lot of rocks left to get out of it. Try to freeze to the corner of either one would be fine.
Hard line. Really hard line. Really, okay.
Ashley Sipola.
It's really good. Try to bounce off the center. Yeah.
We're not bouncing much.
Sweepers have called the audible here.
We bounce. Hard. Bounce, hard. Hard. Bounce it. Sarah. Go.
Staggered slightly.
Guys. Yeah.
That wasn't even close.
Same or a little more?
I like the same.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah. Look good. Let's go.
Again, not in a rush to remove that red rock in the back of the forefoot. Just looking to lay another one buried here.
Get it. Easy early, guys. I thought it was there.
Forefoot. Top four. Yep. Room. Can't bounce. Clean. Can't bounce, Park.
Easy
Gotta
line.
be here, though. It's Lauren's rock. Cannot bounce. Looks like it's bouncing.
Whoa.
Good.
Good.
That works.
Well, that was much of a bounce at all.
Good spot.
Sorry? I didn't hear.
You get to the inside though.
Well, then we're just taking our red out.
We gotta roll in here.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll
A
hit?
little tick off there,
Can you get this
even.
thick enough to get
Yeah.
that backside of the top yellow?
Little tick off.
Redirect in towards
This
the
way.
pin.
T-line, wait.
T-line, wait.
Get in
Oh,
here.
I'd be tempted
Okay.
to throw this a little harder than that.
A bit if the line's
But if
good,
you, I'm
right?
just saying, if you
Yeah.
got the
Well, we're
one
trying
that
to
was just
roll
thrown
in.
thick,
Yeah.
do you think it catches that top one?
So what do you think the key here?
Maybe.
I think 14.6.
I think it does.
Yeah, not like 14. Okay.
But they're not going to throw any weight at it. Interesting. It's wide open.
The best they're going to do is sit second or third
I
here.
gotta dig.
Line's
Yeah,
good.
easy.
Close. Yep. Well, real. Yep. Line.
Hard line.
Kendra Lilly.
Line.
I know the people at the Northern Credit Union, the community center,
Gotta go.
all watching.
No matter what the weight is. Go. Hard.
Kendra
Hard,
out of
You gotta
Sudbury.
bounce just a little.
Well, that's not.
Oh boy.
At least it gives.
At least we're in front.
2. That little bump up.
Same
Leaves
shot?
Manitoba sitting a couple.
We're 1-2. I'm almost seeing a guard.
Okay. Yeah. That
Come
red
look at
is
it.
a really good spot. Yeah, go look. You were thinking just guard? Do you ever play the same shot? I don't know what the same shot does. You can just leave the bigger pop.
Yeah, that's a decision. When do you stop piling them in there? And when do you just be satisfied with a deuce, Joe?
I was thinking you ever play
Yeah.
the same shot, but
I'd be tempted to
Ever
guard
play the same
here
shot?
because there's still a little bit of real estate to draw to for that third point.
She's got that. It will be lost in there, but you never know. We could maybe.
yeah.
It's only going to be. It'll be third still. Okay, I like the freeze.
Were you
I
ever
do
tempted
too.
to try to kill that red one in the back four
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sit
for
four?
sure.
Like that's
Yep.
where I'm thinking.
Yeah, but the freeze isn't bad either. 'Cause
Same thing.
They might have to guard it, and you've still got an angle
try to
raise
get
out
the
there. But
line a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
you could
better
tap
if
it.
you can wait.
Just wouldn't want to spill everything open. That's all, and give Northern Ontario a chance to sneak in there on an in-off.
There's a staggered guard situation on the center line. It'll be tricky for Northern Ontario to get in there. You know this path well. They saw 2 in a row for Mackenzie.
But what does the freeze accomplish for you?
Well, what does Northern Ontario do with the freeze? They can't hit it because it removes their own rock. It's kind of, it's one of those ends that how greedy do you want to be?
We're on the corner. Coming down. Hard, Lauren.
Back four.
Don't want to spin to our right.
Hard, Lauren. Just sweep it. You
Lemon
gotta
time.
go, Lauren. You gotta go. Dig, dig, dig. We can't roll off. Okay.
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 Is there room to get across and get that
Good scrub.
top one?
Try to make that double. Oh.
Do you see
So
what I
it's
mean?
probably easier to come off the
Probably
yellow.
come
I
off
thought,
the
can we not
nose.
come off the yellow? It might be easier to come off the yellow.
We're pushing this in.
No, like in.
Like there's not much room. There's not much room.
Hard. Is it?
Like there's not enough room here.
Yeah, I don't think there is enough room, guys. Like,
Really?
Look on the screen.
Like if we get as
tap the
thin
red?
as we can, it's not going far. I don't
think the tap on the red is the best
Okay,
shot.
then the tap's good.
You could even play out turn there and get a lower roll off the object rock.
What kind of weight?
That's just going there.
Those were going crazy yesterday off the center line, though.
Okay.
Like that.
I like the tap. Yeah, the tap's good. The
Back
guards are
four.
to play to make the tap. Back four.
Yeah, back four. Like just a little more than you threw.
Okay. Just a couple feet more. Right? Yeah, that was.
Well, can you even get across to the nose to tap it straight
That
back?
was like T-line. Okay.
Yeah, there seems to be enough finish in this spot.
Looking at the overhead, it would appear that you could have come off that yellow and snuggled in.
Yeah.
But the skipper said, no, there's not enough room.
Interesting.
Back four, back eight. Back
So trying to tap on the red, Kendra Lilly.
Back eight. Whoa. Back eight. Whoa. Whoa, Sarah. Sarah. Whoa, Sarah. Sarah. Hard, Sarah.
Now you got to really help this over because it's got to curl. Got to get to that nose if you can. Can you get to the nose? Tap it back. Not quite.
Very good.
And they'll push it back,
Really good,
and it's
Kendra.
settled. It still looks like it's 2 Manitoba at the moment.
Good shot. I thought they were trying to get through that port, but they've lined this red up pretty clever on that back yellow.
Very good.
It's just really good weight management there. They kicked that yellow out into the open as well on the tee line, on the out turn side.
It's just a 3, so.
Hack.
Let's go.
Yellow, yellow, yellow,
That was probably
and
back
tap that
eight.
red we were talking about that you suggested they could have done a little sooner.
Throw board. Yeah, like an 11. Yeah. Let's go.
It still leaves the red though, doesn't it?
Carly Burgess.
No. Solid board. Curl.
Lauren.
Okay, whoa, Lauren, straight.
Whoa. Yep. Straight. No roll. Okay. Okay, Car.
That's where that whirly bird release, that big rotation didn't help her there. She set that a little bit, and again, outside in, no forgiveness.
10-7 to get it.
What do you like here? I guess the out turn's there too.
Yeah, I think you need to take advantage of being able to see second shot here.
Well, that doesn't line up if I roll perfect, you know. I mean, it does, I guess, right? To blast
It's always touching the 3, though.
Do you ever just
Yeah,
come in
so
and
just-
corner freeze on
Sure.
the inside of that yellow?
I like that a lot.
Even
And
if
they
we
can't
were
get
to
it
just
out.
freeze that, even bump
As long
it
as
a
you're
little, right?
closer than those
so
two,
what are we
they
calling?
leave them sitting
Back
one.
four weight?
I like
Back
back four. I want to make sure I'm there.
Agreed.
Right?
This
But
side we haven't played it much, but
No.
everything we've played has been a big
it's
swoop.
been curling.
Yeah.
So with
Good
Well, there you
awareness.
go. That's to your point
Where was he
about a
giving to
side that
draw
has been
here?
sitting for a
Yeah.
while, and this out turn side is, and it's against the boards and the crowd. So, are you sure of what this is going to do?
No, and you have to be there. Light is not. You could probably use it on your next, but Krista really
That
wants
spot
to
that
get
really
this to the
curls.
tee
Yeah.
line.
We're just thinking like first one kind of probably be like
Yeah,
a
the
little.
tolerance here would be a shade heavy, and you run into something.
Yeah.
You don't want to be throwing
Yeah.
at top 12
What do you
here
guys think?
over curling, because we've
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
couple
I said, like,
really
45,
take off here.
46.
Yeah.
What do you think? Maybe a back four-ish?
Yeah, I think as the thrower, you're just trying to think they're on your own weight and let the sweepers manage it.
Sarah Potts did mention back
I think
four.
we're there right now.
Back four. Yep, hold it out there. Yep, hard, hard.
starting to go still on them. Here they go. Lily, Sipola. This is a great chance if they can sneak this by, but no.
That's pretty scary on that side.
It's just a guess.
Yeah, it is. And I would suggest you go a little wider. It's not going to curl.
Look at this. One yellow. Second shot belongs to Walter, and it is Walter out of East St. Paul with last rock. Chance for a couple?
Yeah, for sure. An opportunity that came out of nowhere after Casey Scheidegger and her team controlled this entire game, but Casey's final stone over-curled a little bit, leaving Megan second, so looking for the nose. Can't roll very far.
Oh, kick it. Oh, it did.
That's the second here.
Yeah, look at now. One for sure, it appears. Now they'll have a look.
That is all.
Yeah, I think she rolled too far.
Never thought to play the audible there and brush it and keep it straighter and make the double.
So settling for the single. Jen Jones.
Hard for it. Back. Whoa. Becky. Yes. Hard. Really hard. You gotta go.
There it goes again.
Whoa. Whip this guy over. That's pretty good. That's fine. Okay. Good done.
The call was back 8, about 3/4 of the way down the sheet, and it looks like as soon as that curled, the weight all came off.
So whether it's lack of pebble, a little bit of frost, overclipped, who knows? It's just not quite playable there. Wow.
I heard the heavy call.
Not a bad result, though, because it blocks the shot that Krista McCarville just played, so it's definitely within tolerance. You didn't want to be heavy there for Jennifer Jones.
I think we got to guard this, eh?
Yeah.
Then she just plays that, though.
Well,
she's got, that's a long tap.
This is harder than that. That's touch it anywhere.
Yeah, we got to guard it.
Yeah, that's for 3. This is gonna curl, I think.
Yeah, well, you've been giving me like edge of the 4
Yeah, this way curls.
right?
It's been this corner.
I think look at the red.
Yeah. I'm gonna say there, I think.
It's not a perfect angle, but it's there.
Here, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere here.
I think the risk is if you happen to not make that shot, it's a relatively makeable shot for 3 for
You
Team
want like
Jones.
a higher guard, but like this way curls so much.
Yeah. Halfway is good, right?
Yeah, halfway is good.
Yeah. Basically all for line.
Yeah.
Tough little guard here because it's the center line one, Vic, that longest red closest to us is kind of in the windshield here when you let this go, because yes, it's going to curl a lot, but it has to curl a lot before it gets to that high guard.
Half! Keep it out there! Half! Okay, whoa, line's good!
Kendra!
Not quite half!
Krista McCarville in her last Manitoba with the hammer.
Going.
Look at that curl.
Okay, easy.
Okay, you're good.
Whoa.
Nice
whoa.
shot. Sit.
Whoa.
Good. Is it? Careful.
Jeez.
That moved sideways more than forward at the end there.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's right.
Burn it.
Still there for 3.
Have to stop.
Seeing kind of solid hack.
Yeah, I like it.
See the out turn port, just hit the left side as we look of that yellow. Tap it an inch or 2.
Seeing about here.
Okay.
Down that way, just kick it over a little bit.
There are so many rocks up the middle that
Solid hack.
Mackenzie has to stand in front of everything.
I just
with
have
the
to hit
broom.
our yellow.
Yeah.
She's going to have to turn around and run all the way back to the tee line as soon as Jennifer lets it go.
Curling away from the object rock.
Yeah, these aren't very natural, but it's definitely there. You just have to commit to it. You can be a little heavy here because the yellow will hit that back red.
Final stone.
Little big.
Sitting 2. Zacharias sprints behind the stone. Burgess. Now hold it up. You can just touch it over. Like that. How do you like that? Perfect. Jen Jones, after making the big mistake with a heavy draw in 5, comes through with a wonderful short angle raise. Bang, bang, and that will put 3 on the board. Manitoba in 6. Seven, 5. Jones is your leader. Well, the Sandman Center opened in 1992, 5,400 seats. Mark Recchi Way, Kamloops native and Hall of Famer in the NHL in 2017. On this, the Saturday afternoon, and Kathy, our first look at the teams except for UConn in Pool B. What have you seen?
Well, it's been interesting. The ice is similar to yours. We've talked about the feature game. In the Walter Scheidegger game, the wild cards, Walter has been struggling, but she played it so defensively early. Now she has to find draw weight, and it's tough. And Casey's draw weight, on the other hand, is making it much tougher. Carrie Galusha is playing very, very aggressively and making it so tough for Andrea Kelly. She's made some wonderful draws, but they're often against 4. And that Holman team is a hitting clinic today. They're removing everything that Stacey Curtis can throw at them. And just the broom placement is also adding to the woes for Newfoundland and Labrador.
7-5, Manitoba leads it over Northern Ontario. Wonderful shot by Jennifer Jones, curling away from the shot rock, or the object rock, and a short little angle raise to get the 3. 7-5, and Northern Ontario once again with last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones.
Yeah, brilliant effort there, Joanne. You rarely play that across the face shot, and she was going through the mud down the middle, and the guard was in the way, and she had the confidence in the hack to throw it hard enough, even though that guard could have been a problem, and that was just hard enough to stop it from overcurling.
Yeah, just a really well thrown rock. It ran the center line most of the sheet, and then we saw that big movement. The line call was great. The sweep was fantastic. And that's a huge 3 on the board. Oh. After the slip in the 5th end, that could be very deflating, but now I would say momentum absolutely has gone back to Jennifer Jones and her team.
Well, it goes to, I think, your point. She could have turtled, as it were, and said, I'm going to be, oh dear, I just gave up 2. But no, I think in a way he said, you know what, I'm going to show confidence in my team, in myself. I'm going to go after it, and look what the results in 3.
Well, and I think that's what you're seeing with this whole lineup. They're walking the walk with Jennifer Jones. She has not changed her style of play. They have elevated their game.
Yes. Yeah, that was my concern when they joined up. Could they execute the way she is used to? And yes, they are. Yeah, that's very true.
On the guard.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect draw ice either. It's you know, that couple of those freezes that the young middle of the lineup made were pretty impressive.
Or we play that.
Or that. Yeah.
Which one do you like better?
Do you ever on the guard? Run it right back?
Or the runner.
Or the runner. I like this guy. Okay. Hack.
Are we at the point yet, Russ, that you want to shy away from that side of the sheet closest to the boards?
Yeah, I think that's the tougher side. Yes. Yeah, I think you are. You if you have a choice. It's hard to say if it's just down the middle. Like this is going to grab the middle too.
Gotta go. Roll it. Touch it. Okay.
Watch out. And they are sitting 2.
Okay.
So Northern Ontario with the hammer have a couple in play.
Good. Yeah. I think intern looks better though now.
Okay, yeah. And the weight just is nice here.
Where do we want to go with this one though?
Is this gonna go crazy like the outturn does?
Like full 4. Okay.
You know how it comes this turn?
I think this is going to go very hard.
So, I'm a little surprised they're grouping their rocks in the middle here,
right.
Russ. Like, I would have been tempted to use that corner guard. You could put a corner freeze on the yellow one that's partially buried there.
On our left there. Yeah, absolutely.
Grouping these rocks together gives Jennifer Jones and her team a chance to make a few doubles and get out of this.
And they're going down the slow side to Vic's average point.
Yes, hold it out there.
We have seen interns on this side going away, though. It's the outturn coming home that's been difficult the whole game.
Hard, keep going, hard. Line's okay. Line's good. Line's good. Line's really good. Easy. Whoa, easy. Line's good. Yep, go then. Go for weight. Go.
We're there.
Go.
Whoa.
Nice shot.
Gosh, real good.
Yeah, it's a shooting gallery now.
What was that, sorry?
14-6.
Okay. Well placed draw, though. That was well managed. It's exactly where they wanted it.
You ever run the guard? Okay.
That's the call, I think. You're up 2. It's getting late. Run this back. Even if you somehow miss everything, then you've got some good opportunities.
Well, it forced Jennifer Jones to take a deep breath, big sigh, thinking, I just got a deuce. A great couple, and now look at what I'm facing here. Update, Holman against Curtis County.
Well, that Yellowstone at the top was supposed to be tucked in behind the red. That was the plan for Stacey Curtis. Took a little bit too much ice, wrecked, and so now this is the double attempt by Rachel for 3. Kira Brunton has come into the game for Team Holman, their alternate.
Kira, a former CIS gold champion with Laurentian. And how's that? That's perfect for 3.
There's your hitting clinic.
On our sheet, we saw the run back connected to one of the redstones in the forefoot, but the guard did stay out front.
Whoa, line now. Line's good, yep. Where are we? We're close, top
Kendra
line.
Lillard.
Yep, line only. Okay, whoa.
This looks golden here.
Yep, hard, little rub off, Ash.
Why would we rub?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I agree with her a little. Just stop brushing that earlier, or just leave it buried.
You need to hit as much as you can.
Close to a triple here.
Top one. Wanted it to. Where is she? Do you know what I mean? We wanted it to curl more.
100%. If you could get this rock that was just thrown really thick, it's going to be dangerously close to making all 3 go.
Find out right now. Carly Burgess.
Hard!
Here we go.
Whoa!
No. Wow, did that jump at the last moment?
I think they had to. Jennifer, knowing Jennifer, she was trying to play it tight to make the triple. They just got a little cute, I believe.
It sounded like she said, I thought we had it.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
might be seeing the late game,
Yeah.
a bit more curl on those big weight shots than you see at the start.
Well, Vic asked that question. This is the side. It's just not quite as predictable.
Do you want to call a time then?
That was my only other thought.
Fly the 4?
Like that instead?
Guards are just so tricky, it seems. Yeah, guards are so hard.
Yeah, sure. I like the hit. Yes or no?
Yeah, let's go.
I like that.
Right, guys? The
Yeah,
guard
we
is
are
I
saying
like 3, though. I know, but the
You-
guard is
I like
3-10.
You normally wouldn't hit in this situation, but I don't mind it. It's tricky to guard, as they said, rightly so. And if you can kick that over, Joanne, and get one of those reds behind the corner, separate them at least.
The only argument, though, is they've managed 2 draws beautifully in
True,
that line.
true.
So good option here, too, though.
Kendra Lillard. And sits the 1, 2, 3, 4 at the moment. Shot rock appears to be under cover.
And then all of a sudden it's...
You can go for it, because even if you come by, you'll make that double.
Exactly. Yeah, I like it.
I don't see. Or you try this guy, thin. Just afraid that comes back onto this.
Yeah, I think so too. I like this.
Okay, pretty thin, Mac. Quarter rock, peel.
Do you think the triple's there on the top? This one, I think it's there. Yeah.
We saw early in the game these out turns just off the line ran really straight. The in turn of Carly's just came up a little more than expected. They got to hit this thin. This is going to be a tough line call.
Jennifer missed one here earlier.
Let's go, Dan.
Also watching the 2 wild cards. Walter from East St. Paul against Scheidegger out of Lethbridge. What is it, a run double for maybe 2?
That's exactly what she's playing. She ticked her own over, Casey did, on her first, and that allowed Megan to hit to lie 2, but she rolled in front of that other stone. So chance for 2.
Okay, watching a lot here. Jones running that line too. Bang only gets one, and the shooter spins away. You got the double here.
Great shot.
And yes, it is. Great shot. Casey Scheidegger for two.
I thought I actually threw that one good too, and I was like, give me a break.
Okay, we're putting Chris in?
We're at a bit, I guess, eh? Retrospect. Not my best slide. I tried to regroup.
Yeah, I could tell. All good.
Yeah, just a little speed wobble here early. Didn't get the sliding foot quite in the right spot and slid tight to begin with. And then what do you do with it? When you're throwing it that hard, we always want to float it back, and then it never comes back. So she protected, kept it tight, and missed on the inside by enough not to make the double. Very unusual.
I'm going to stagger on the side
Like,
ones.
we can't. So
You
here,
guys think
here
like
or here.
14-3?
Yeah, I think we need to. We can't go all the way to that one, right?
No. Yeah.
We're not thinking of going
Okay.
all the way to that one.
Sarah keeps tapping like
Yeah.
this. Even on the center
Like
line.
14-3, you think?
No,
or
it seems like 14-6 to tee.
This is a little tighter line.
You want to
Okay.
set four,
Make it similar.
but you have to find, first and foremost, a spot that Team Manitoba can't get out of this. So be really careful where you position this thing. If you bring it in too deep, there'll be an in-off double. Sits on top of all the Northern Ontario rocks. Kendra might only score one.
Top 3, top 4.
Like it's heavy.
Top 4.
Manitoba, after getting their three, in danger now of giving up multiple points themselves. Lily.
Okay.
And they are sitting 1, 2, 3, and yes, 4 still.
What was that? 13-8. But
Yeah.
it didn't catch.
This way, I guess, eh?
Very patchy, it seems,
Yeah.
from listening to them.
And the 13-8, yeah, you're that's the swingy side. That's the soft spot, and they're complaining that it didn't curl. It didn't curl because they had to throw it so hard all of a sudden, and that's hard. It's if it was 14-8, that thing's going to curl.
And they called the plan B early. You heard them saying, a low 14. So just a little bit of an overthrow, but the sweepers were on it, and they managed it as best they could.
I get
At
lucky.
the same time, I love where it stopped.
Throw it hard.
Jennifer hits the
Probably the
top
shot,
one,
isn't it?
makes a double. It's an easy shot for three.
The only thing you didn't want to do was set up a triple, so mission
Right.
accomplished.
I think so. I don't see a triple anywhere unless you paper tick this one in the top four. And same as their last one. You ever jam it, it's a four. Big shot.
Oh, good, Jen. Let's go.
And leading now, trying to make it a 14th win in the openers. Up by 2, but in some trouble. A little grimace. Burgess. Now needing some late licks. What do you got? 1, 2, touch it. Oh, and she's going to get rid of a couple.
Good shot.
Nice, Jen.
Pretty much the best they could do there. And look where Jennifer Jones' shooter stayed. They're going to force Team McCarville to go wider with this draw. And whenever you get the other team thinking, even though they just need the 8-foot, we've seen this react differently in every game here so far.
Brush down just inside the edge of the 12 for this last draw.
And that's the one I was raising.
Yeah.
Did we hit it pretty fast?
We hit it
Okay.
quicker than I thought.
Full 8 is what McCarville needs for 3 to retake the lead.
Okay, we're out wider than we've been.
Yeah.
Line's good. It's hanging out there. Line's good.
We're out wider than we've been.
I'm guessing
Line's
much
good,
quicker out
hanging
here.
out.
Running kind of straight.
Line's
Look,
good.
Kendra,
Curl
look,
it down.
Line's good. Line's good.
Clean, clean, clean.
Clean it.
72% on their draws so far on this Saturday afternoon.
Nice.
And very nice.
Free run.
It is a walk on the wild side out there. Picks up 3 to retake the lead. It's our first look at the teams in Pool B on this Saturday afternoon, day 2 of our coverage, the Scotties from Kamloops. nice 3 spot put on the board. A trade of 3s, actually. Manitoba, then Northern Ontario to retake the lead 8-7. And so here in 8, Manitoba once again, Jennifer Jones and the team from the St. Vital and Altona curling clubs do have the last rock playing the Yellowstones. That's the kicker. I mean, it's the same as in all sports. You score a goal and you let down just a little bit, and the other team replies, and that's where Jones, I would think, particularly kicks herself and goes, how the heck did we do that?
And some well-placed draws from Team Northern Ontario. Those in-turn come-arounds were placed pretty much perfectly, and it's getting a little bit hard to make those clearing shots at this point in the game.
It's got lots of speed. It's going now. Line's good now.
Look at this warp in there.
Just
Beautiful.
Okay. Good. Nice.
Nice shot, Ryan. Didn't need us.
You get that on the outside.
Yeah, that's actually
No?
gettable on the intern side if you have to.
Yeah, I don't really like.
We don't ever. We thought we guard it.
Okay.
Well, when have we ever called that?
It's quick, eh?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I agree with the front end. I'm not a fan of going around a corner guard without hammer, especially with a 2 or 1 point lead.
You see teams playing it now. They call it choking off the draw. So you want to be shot and open. But the hard thing is there's not a lot of space to work with. It's a very precise shot. If it's a little light, it's an extra guard. A little heavy, it's something to freeze to.
I'm with you. If there wasn't a yellow one in there, I'd love that idea.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. You gotta touch
Go,
that.
go, go.
more.
Go, Kendra. Go, Kendra. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going. Good sleeping.
She didn't like that call. No. I just went, when do we ever call that? Never really. They're good.
You know, it's one of those conversations we're just hearing, when do we ever call it? And this is what one of your keys, Rusty, was the whole question about reps. And they work so hard. No one questions that about this team. But when you don't play a lot, you don't find yourself in similar situations and strategy situations. And so you're hearing amongst the team, they say after, I don't think she liked it. We don't usually play that, because they don't usually play that much.
Yeah, well said.
Well, then they should then she should have shaken them off, don't you think? I mean, that call was from the front end. Why didn't McCarville say no?
Yeah, I think it's just Kathy's dead right. I think it's indecision, maybe a lack of confidence, and that can happen from not playing very much. And you know, it's the ice is a little different than they played on all year for sure, because there's a few soft spots, and you're playing Jennifer Jones, and there's a lot of factors into your decision making.
Beyond that, though, both calls were good. And if Krista felt that strongly, I mean, she's led this team now. It's her 7th season together. I'm sure she would have put her foot down if she really felt strongly one way or the other.
I know, it's gotta stop.
That's not good. Like, no, I think we now have to hit now.
Yep.
9.
Yep.
They're good.
Let's go, Mark.
Can't buy a guard, eh?
Well, they were close on the last one. It didn't quite come up, but it just seems to be a fine line on that side. This is a big shot here.
I'll say this softly so Vic doesn't listen, but
No.
play the other turn.
Hard.
Because that out turn's really, really tough.
Hard to stick it.
Mackenzie Zacharias will drive it by. Shot zone still belongs to Northern Ontario without last rock.
I like this now. Wait, are we going in?
Guard is almost not in play.
That's why I like guarding.
This is where I think a coach like Rick Lang would like to have that little flag that he can just throw out there and say, I want to talk to this team right now. Because he probably hears it, he sees it, he senses it. It's time for the coach to come in and say, hey guys, let's settle it down. Here's our game plan.
Yeah, no question.
Looks like it's dying. Looks like it's dying.
Yeah. Hard line.
Dying hard.
We're over curling.
Puppy. Just puppy.
It's gotta stop.
Oh, and over curl it does.
Just sideways.
Wide open.
We just keep losing that.
Let's slow down.
Where do you like this guy?
And the handshakes means we have our first final. And Rachel Holman and Ontario out of the Ottawa Curling Club win convincingly. 12-3 is their final score. Over Stacy Curtis from the Remax Center and St. John's Curling Club.
No, off, okay, Mac, Mac. Little down. Hard, Mac. Clean. Straight. Whoa. Whoa. Straight. Yep. Roll. Sorry, Carly.
That curled a lot more than Jennifer thought too.
And that's always as scary as the sweeper when they call the carve out of the hand, because sometimes it jumps it into a fresher path and you just get a little bit surprised.
Jennifer made the reaction because it was wide, but then you heard the front end say it's a little light, and you're right. You carve it early and it's a little light. Where do you roll here? Do you roll left or right? Left would make more sense, wouldn't it?
I think so. The fear with rolling right is you set up a double. Just got to make sure you stick here.
Whoa. Ash.
Kendra Lilly.
Hard.
Now Simple. And hang around, and
Yeah, it was a lot of weight.
the unforced error.
Wasn't that
Pedro Pascal stars in the new HBO original series based on one of the most acclaimed video games of all time. The Last of Us is now streaming only on Crave.
Unforced error again.
And that's what they wanted to clean up.
We've all done that, though. You're sitting there going, boy, their guards are going crazy. It must be soft here, and you just overthrow it.
Oh, you're going to get through? No. Where's this going now?
Okay.
And you know what I've been noticing, Russ? There is so much frustration on the ice right now. I saw Mackenzie Zacharias slam her broom 3 times after missing. I don't think I've ever seen her react like that in my life. When the conditions get tough like this, it's truly a mental battle. You have to open up your expectations. And, for example, the hit we saw Kendra Lilly roll out on, just make sure you stay in the rings.
Right.
Don't worry about that roll. Let's make
Right.
sure we're making the easy part of the shot.
Middle here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
They should
ice
go
now.
once
Yeah.
it gets.
This is
Soft. I
similar.
thought it was just a little bit of a wide slide on your
Oh,
second one.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got away
Even
with
though
it, though.
evens,
Wrecked
like
in the
top
guard and
eight.
guarded their own.
Yeah, I like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's similar to what it's
Similar,
all
yeah.
been.
We'll just watch it in the
14
middle.
and a half-ish?
Yeah.
Should be pretty predictable on this side.
You gotta go in.
Right out of her hand. Got to go. Kristen McCarville.
Line's really good.
Hold
Keep
it.
it out there.
Line's good.
We're there.
Line's good. Yeah, for line.
Top T. Top T. Not top 8. Top T. Go,
Yep.
Hard. My room. Go.
Sipola. Lily.
Whoa.
Very nice. Well managed.
I think just slide nice. Like I feel like I knew where that went.
I had a 14-4 on that one, and that would be comparable to early in the game. They hit that right out of her hand, though, so didn't even give that rock a chance to grab anything fresh in the middle. That was a heads-up sweep, and again, opening up the acceptance of where that rock can be. They just could not be even, leaving a double and a chance to sit 2 for Team Manitoba. So, of course, you're a little bit annoyed that it's behind the tee line, easy freeze, but it got the job done.
Yes.
That good. Let's go, Jen.
Looks like normal, hey?
Yeah.
It's the preferred side for sure.
A little bit early. T-line. Line's good. Line's good. You have room. Just T though. Top 4. Just
You
T.
need
Line's
4
good. Line's perfect.
Just T right here, guys. Line's really nice. Gotta move a
Doesn't
bit.
need to curl.
Line's really nice. It's gotta curl.
Just needs to
Just a
stop.
little bit close.
It needs to
Whoa,
stop.
No bounce car. Real
Good,
good, Jen.
No, very nice to lay it right on the corner.
Great throw.
Also, I was gonna stop a little. Yeah.
A little bit too deep. Yeah.
Nice throw.
Both of them at 75%. Only 1 point separates them on the scoreboard. Northern Ontario leading. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
So it's like top 4, obviously.
Yeah. Your weight's probably perfect. We swept that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, your weight's great.
So she had a window on her first one to throw to. Now this is very precise. They got to get the line and the weight perfect here.
Little less?
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's really good. A little wider. Line's good. Line's great. Yes for line. Yep.
Now they go.
No, yes for line. Line's
Now
great.
they go.
Line's good. Well, line's
Shipple,
perfect.
Lily.
Line's good. Line's good.
Did it once.
Whoa, easy.
Can you do it twice?
Just for,
Can you just put it down there?
Beauty.
Oh, how's that? Two very nice shots. Two well-managed stones. Krista McCarville.
Wonderful. Couldn't do better.
Line's great. Line's good. Well, line's perfect.
It was perfectly managed by the sweepers.
Whoa, easy. Whoa.
Lots of communication from the back end, letting them know the line was great the whole way. They never lifted their brooms, didn't give that rock a chance to grab anything fresh. It was a beautiful shot.
It would have been so easy to overbrush it after watching Rock come down that outturn side or stopping
I
dead.
just don't want to look stupid when you lose the line and it does nothing, and then you're like, oh, now I look like an idiot. Yeah. Nice shot.
This is even tougher because that port's a little smaller now.
Line's nice. T-line.
Needs full 4.
Not all there. Easy. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good now. Yes.
Have to find that hole. Got to get by the Northern Ontario Stone top 8. Oh, it's going to be a big carry here if they can get it there. And they will not. And that one.
Yeah, one red.
One red. It'll be a steal of 1 Northern Ontario. 2 really terrific shots. McCarville results in a steal of 1. Northern Ontario throwing here in this 9th. Up now by a couple in our featured game on this Saturday afternoon. Games from Pool B. And Manitoba. Jennifer Jones with Last Rock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Hardly seen any play to the wing this game.
Yes,
this
very
is going
true.
to be a bit of a guess for
Room here. Lots
teams
of
drawing
line.
and teams chasing.
Yeah, I think we're there.
You can clean it. Line's decent, but line's good. Yep. T-line. Line's
It's
good.
been a while since we've been over here to check on the territories against New Brunswick. Joanne Rizzo throwing the 4th stone for the team from Yellowknife.
Andrea Kelly tried to freeze. Almost perfect, but there is a gap if she can pick it.
Oh, and does not move it far enough. It's a steal of 1 for Galusha and the territories.
Just threw that so hard, thinking it might jam, and threw it through the break.
Pardon me, I said a steal of 1. They made the 1.
That was that would have won the game. That curls 1/8 of an inch more.
And it's 4.
Yep, hold it out there, babe. I think line's okay. Where are we?
Not quite tight.
Okay, line's
No,
good.
we're tight.
Tight?
We're tight.
Okay, line's
Not
good.
quite tight.
Gotta go little. Yep. Go, go, go. Yep,
Great
go,
come
Sarah.
around made
Hard,
by
Sarah.
Lauren in our feature game, and
Hard, you gotta go, Sarah.
no arguments this end. We're committing to
Keep
the
going.
center line guard for Team McCarville.
Think you can actually get low, or at least get to the nose and spread these.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Hack. You threw the shot.
I like Hack.
I'm a little surprised they didn't chase up 2. If you
Yeah.
nick the guard, that's not bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I was
you
just
wanna-
thinking the same thing because that guard's only going to help one team and it's not yours.
Clean. Little solid. No, that. No. Yeah,
Carly.
we're quite big.
Carly. Really hard to stay. Go,
Hard. Hard. Go, go, go,
Watch
go,
the
go.
roll. Roll big if you can. This is gonna go right in the bars. Okay.
Okay.
Just rearranging it. Still leaves the Northern Ontario stone as shot rock. But there are 2 yellows in there, and they do have the hammer.
A little fortunate there that wasn't thrown the way they wanted, but the red one's in that window. It's accessible on the intern side for Team Jones.
Hard. Hard. Yeah, you gotta go.
Although considering the way the ice is over there, maybe a little tougher to get through.
Hard. 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 Hard.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
A few on the narrow side.
Me too. They're good.
Okay. Here we go.
Think again. Go, Mac.
Lots of room.
Oh yeah, just perfect. Depends on what you want to do with it though. It'd be tricky to roll to our left. You have to throw it hard and scare that yellow corner.
Yes!
Right away. Boy, oh boy.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Jones echoing throughout the Sandman Center here. Trying to get through this hole. Get through that. Yeah, they did. Where's it going to go? It's going to sit right there. They're sitting 3.
Huge shot here. You make this double, you're going to be close to being buried.
Sure.
Kendra Lilly.
Whoa. 9.5. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, Sarah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just ready now. Potts has got her.
Go, Sarah, go. Little more, little more.
Little
go,
more.
Go, 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 go.
Run it back. Touch it. No.
Wasn't on that all the
Needed to come across the face just a little bit.
I got a 9. I think to make the roll, we got to throw it a bit harder. Okay? 9. Sure.
They didn't opt to start trying to make this curl until about 2/3 of the way down the sheet, and you can't really blame them the way some of them have seemed to jump late in the game.
Yes. Maybe a little harder than it needed to be.
Oh! Lauren! Hard, Lauren! Hard, you gotta go. Go, 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 go. Hard!
Lenentine. Oh, goodness. Touched their own on the way by and still made the takeout.
Oh my goodness. If that hits any more of the guard, you miss the red and expose that back yellow. Now they're sitting 3 and one of them's buried. Fortunate.
I don't know.
Fortunate. Just redirects basically. Again, if you hit any more of this yellow guard, you're in trouble.
What are they trying here, Joe? Hit and roll underneath?
I think they're looking for the double here, Vic.
8.5.
Even if they just hit and roll beside the yellow on the edge.
Okay.
Hard. Is it rolling? Hard.
And they're going to roll over to the side. There you go.
Still good. Good try.
Almost.
Oh, close. 9.5. That was a 9.5, or that was an 8.5. Yeah. Okay, so just let's go.
So needing to roll towards the middle here. They don't want to nose this and leave an easy double for Team McCarville.
That could easily happen out this wide.
Clean. No. No, no. Mac. Go. Mac. Go. Get it going.
Mac hard stay.
This is floating.
Okay, Car.
Oh boy.
So they lose that one on the edge as well, sitting just the one with last rock now, Manitoba.
It's just very, very little curl out that wide. I'm sure she wasn't much wide, but that's not the way to miss that spot. You had to be tight, if anything.
Yeah, I heard from a few of the teams after the pre-event practice yesterday that the edges are very flat. So you get into that 12-foot, and it's not going to do the same thing as it does in the 8-foot lines.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't hurt you. Yeah. You're only giving up 2, right? I like. See a third? Yeah. A small third, I think. No, a third.
If you like it, then that's fine.
We played this
This
first
went
in.
really hard.
Yeah, it went really hard.
Like 10 and a half.
First in, they missed it
Yeah, I
twice
like
by
that
about
weight.
a foot.
Here, 10 and a half.
So they,
Yeah, I like
but
it.
that's great awareness, you know, 2
Yeah.
hours later to recall that error.
You guys like 10 and a half? Which one? 10 and a half.
Oh, this went pretty hard.
I know.
But yeah, no, I like.
I mean, we pick it and they're coming around the front.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, I see. So you're trying to. Yeah, and then if you take the guard, you're gonna stay in. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Okay, I like it.
You just
I know this does
cannot
go, but-
miss wide.
No, I like 10 and a half.
Find a way to win this one.
10 and a half might be a weight that the sweeper can help to curl
Mhm.
if it's a little bit wide.
Skip Stones right out of her hand. Somebody yelled 10.
Hard, Kendra!
And right away, Lily on this. I mentioned talk crashing on that, but staying around, and they don't do that.
At least it was a professional error. It's the most they could give up is 2 now.
For sure. I mean. You threw it good, Chris.
That spot goes, doesn't it?
I mean, she had a lot of ice.
Yeah.
For a
And
10 and a half,
and
that's a pretty control weight, and she had about a foot of ice.
out of her
Looking at
hand-
even more would be hard.
Yeah, and out of her hand, they yelled 10.
Okay. Pardon? What did you like? The only reason I thought about the come around was just because it's a hard shot on this ice. Normally, I feel like it's a pretty makeable shot.
If you're not shot, though, then brings it.
I was good with the call. I just was trying to think
it was
of what
safe
ice
and
to
I
get.
liked it.
It was hard.
Because, yeah, tick off the guard, the most they're getting is 2.
Like, unless I go here, if it's far enough away, I think she could just make the hit and roll low. And I'd have to take so much ice it would be a total guess. Speed's good going in the wings, Lauren?
Yeah, I thought
Samers?
so. Yeah, we haven't thrown this thing, but I think it'll be the same.
Yeah.
Sweepers are going to want to put this splitting the tee line a little bit light. You'll see McCarville try the crosshouse double even a little bit heavy. So precise little shot here for Jennifer Jones.
Minimum. Nice, good. Tee line.
Clementine right.
Nice, good. Tee line.
Burgess left.
Looks there. Looks all there. Good. 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 Good throw, Jen.
Nicely placed rock, but there is an opportunity here for Team McCarville to make a good hit and roll and make
I know, I was looking at
the 2 score for Team
bound to
Jones a
make
little
this
bit more
roll at some
complicated.
Yeah, let's make this roll.
You got lots of time, too.
Yeah.
There's one of the things that
Let's make it.
Hair less, Sarah, hair
Kathy,
less.
Rick Lang said one of the other things they worked on is he felt they were rushing too often. And he just says, take a breath, settle down, you know.
Your hair solid?
Whoa, Ash, no.
Kendra.
Hard, Kendra!
Hard, Kendra.
Really hard! Hard!
Can you get this roll across? So you can even hold on to it, my goodness.
Why did that stay so straight? Hadn't gone out that wide.
Yeah, that's it. It's still wider than where the soft area is.
It's a risk.
You're seeing just hitting this one? Can you ever like...
We're dropping in 2 here on the 2 wild cards. Scheidegger up by 3. And the last on the way for the skip from Lethbridge.
Well, an opportunity for multiple points. Megan Walter struggling with that draw weight, just coming deep, set up the double.
No. And after that, it's a steal of 1 for Megan Walter, East St. Paul.
It's just a question of whether I have to throw in hard.
I think I can hit. Try to just put all our rocks in. It literally like bounces.
You can hit or no?
You can hit it there. Is that just a wicket?
Boy, I don't know about this, Joanne. I think they're trying to do that. Take the paint off this one, get it in here somewhere, and because you hit it on a bit of an angle, you might, with a lot of speed, get the yellow one in over here.
I know.
It might be a photo finish, though, with that rock. Is it going to run into the boards?
Yeah,
It's going to be very tight.
We get our deuce. We're going to have we're definitely going to have an opportunity without the tick rule.
so I got to throw it hard.
And do you know the ice?
Well,
I think it's going to run dead straight.
Dead straight?
I think so. I think you could throw it there.
So you're
I think you almost have to throw
You
Peel.
throw hard? Peel.
Yeah,
to
because
peel, you got to paper tick that one.
Well,
That's
because
gone.
I have to roll this in.
No, I get that.
So I think I need to hit almost 7/8 of this, a little bit less than 7/8, and then I have to roll my shooter. But most of the time, like, I think you have to chisel it anyway, Glenn, because if you hit a quarter of this, it's
going in.
It's not touching this guy.
Oh,
like,
no,
we
no,
should have almost brought that back there in
that.
retrospect, but I don't know.
It's definitely there, but it's really hard.
Thinner than 7/8? Yeah, I think you can hit it like right here.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like the juice.
Pretty close to 7/8. Because you just have to whisker that. Yeah.
If you feel good about it, Jen.
Okay.
I know the coach pretty good, and he really wants to fall in front of the hog line here and not let them throw this one. It's just very tough, and you don't want to get forced to a single after playing a good end.
Like, I don't know.
You know, he talked to us before the game, Vic and I, and he said that Jennifer,
yeah.
in his opinion, is one of the smartest skips. And so he knows that if she's absolutely determined to play something, he's not going to talk her out of it. But he's paid, and I use that term in quotations, to give his best advice. And his best advice is take the 2. You got a chance to steal.
Yeah, 2 guards that can't be removed if they're on the center line. The ice is tricky. You know, McCarville has to draw the 4-foot to win or lose. Who knows?
Glenn likes the deuce. I think you have to throw the out.
Yeah.
What do you guys like?
The deuce is big.
No, I know. What do you like?
I don't know. Make it. It's really nice. It's. We just
way
gotta
better.
make. We gotta make sure we roll in.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know.
In fairness,
You like it. I like it. Let's play it.
in fairness to Jennifer, you can miss it narrow and get your 2.
No, I don't think so
Right?
either.
You can hit this a little thin, miss the back one, roll in and get your 2 anyways.
And
you
at this
you just
point,
don't want to nose it.
if I'm on Jennifer's team, she wants to play this. She's looked at it for
Yeah.
long enough.
Yeah.
She's decided she wants to play this. And you want to get to the end of the week at the Scotties, you have to make some big shots. And
Give it a go.
this is a great opportunity to do that.
We have to just.
So just a hair in the inside, feather
go.
tick that back
Take it,
one.
Jen.
If you miss it on the center line side, you're probably rolling and get your 2 anyways. Just cannot miss it wide, and we've seen a ton of that both games last night and today.
Final stone looking for a possible 3 here. And all the way down. Clementine Burgess running out of room. Running out of room. What do you got? Here we go. Touch it. And it came off the bumper. That hit the bumper first.
A single.
And then I hit it. Yeah. So it's just the 1.
Just the 1. Wow.
Just want to make sure. I wasn't watching. Yeah.
So watch this now. Bumper off, and then the shooter comes over, kills their own. So they have to settle for a single. Oh, now you're second guessing, aren't you? Maybe getting that 2. We're into the 10th in this game between Northern Ontario and Manitoba on this Saturday afternoon. And it's a Pool B play. Northern Ontario with the lead, and they also do have Last Rock playing the Red Stones after Jennifer Jones attempted to possibly get a 3, but even at that would have taken a deuce but killed her own and settled for the 1. So Jones will need to steal here to force an extra or possibly win the game if she can steal 2. The all-important Last Rock belongs to Northern Ontario. Two center guards, one of them on the center line, and coming around is Northern Ontario with lead Sarah Potts.
4 real good throws here by the front end. Maybe here deep on that one red one, but great second one.
Interesting to note that last year at the Scotties in Thunder Bay, McCarville gave up the most steals in the field, 19.
Boy, I would have lost money on that, Vic, because she plays so well. You wouldn't think she'd miss that many times. Obviously, hard shots.
Really gotta go. You really gotta go. Hard, guys.
Mackenzie Zacharias.
Hard. I hear you. Hard. Hard.
Okay.
And a little rub roll. New Brunswick has picked up a single in 9, and it's a 5-4 game. Territories and Galusha with the hammer coming home.
Clean. Yep. Hard. 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 Go. Go. Hard.
Boy, she's had so many overcurls. I don't know whether he's got a sharp rock or just getting them going a little bit.
Well, that was unexpected, but it was hard out of the hand, so maybe not quite keeping them on the line there.
I was gonna yell out. It definitely was more like 8.5.
And you said clean out of my hand, like.
No, I don't think you threw it bad. I think it wasn't as much weight as you normally throw, and I think it really curls there.
And it's late game now, so we were seeing more curl yesterday on the higher weight kids late.
Line only. Waist good. You gotta go.
Lots of weight here, but if it curls early, they'll never hold it.
And that was calling on the brushers right away.
Hard. Hard.
Look at this thing go. Look at it go. Got it by and push it back, and still leaves Northern Ontario sitting the 2.
Good shot, though.
Well, that spot is so difficult to manage. To be in the ballpark there is outstanding.
Or, I guess that's tough though.
That's really tough.
No.
That's like fully buried.
Just the long one.
We only have 3 minutes. We got tons of time. We have 2 timeouts for her rocks. Tons of time.
Clean. Clean. Easy, clean, easy, clean. Good. That was good, Ash.
Good solid throw that time.
Ashley Simple.
Kendra, if you have that, it's like doesn't curl.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
We can move it.
You know, with the
rock,
depth of
that's
this
ideal.
field, and it'll be a talking point throughout the week.
Like
Only 3 teams getting through.
But like basically normal arena. Okay.
Any win is big, I know. But you win early. Conversely, you lose early. And we're saying that only 3 losses is likely the limit. This hurts you right away, either team here.
Oh, for sure, Beck, and it's who you lose to. This is a good example. If, you know, at this point, it looks like Jennifer could lose this game. That might put McCarville into the final 3 and Jennifer out.
Hard. It's gonna buy the guard. Hard.
Can you sneak it again? Not this time.
You can speak to this, but I don't think the brushing's nearly
I
as
like that
effective
too.
on that side right now.
No, and especially with the pads, they just heat the ice. They don't do a lot of scratching. Once it gets to be late game, when you're working through a bit of fudge or a bit of frost, you just feel like you're doing absolutely nothing to that rock in terms of holding line.
Which has to be frustrating. Yellow, yellow, I guess, here. Get that one on the right-hand side. Still lots of yellow rocks usable for Jones.
Yeah, get ready. I didn't get much ice.
Yes! Hard! Hard! Go, Sarah,
You got them
go!
both? Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Well, you still have your shot rock. It's a second shot now belonging to Manitoba. They did open up that center line at least.
Nice shot.
Yeah, but the Reds are now in a little more favorable position to freeze to.
You want the in or the out?
Top 12.
I like the out.
Yeah, not too much less. You got it.
Guard the yellow.
All right, somebody might say, Joe, at this point,
Thought it was there.
they want to guard their yellow, which is second shot. Why isn't Manitoba making a run at getting shot stone?
It's just too early in the end right now, Vic. They want to burn a few more rocks. and
Okay,
really just
that's
give
good.
Krista McCarville one shot at trying to gain position at the end of the end.
So we should have a blast.
Clean, easy,
Whoa,
clean.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Clean, Sarah.
Sarah.
Clean.
Okay, clean.
Clean.
Good solid throw.
Well, look at this.
Get that out of there. Get it back.
Yeah.
And back it goes as it will finally settle back 8.
Interesting situation, because at this point in time, Jennifer might have to tap that yellow on an angle, and then there won't be a guard in front of it.
You like just going, woo! Oh, my broom. You like just like trying to make that?
A little tough.
It's really hard.
It is really hard.
Like if you try to draw, it's just try to tap that there and go
roll.
there.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Just tap this nose.
I think you want to
Like to
roll
the-
a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, to the nose, I mean. She's probably peeling. Then you lay like the freeze tap. Like peeling this one that we roll, maybe.
All the time?
Yeah. Sure.
Tap that back into there and roll
Throw the guard.
into either here or there.
Yeah.
No, I
Or
don't,
you-
I don't want guarding.
The only other thing you do is you go here.
Yeah.
Like you make this good. I just can't be there. I give her
Yeah.
like that's really easy.
Yeah.
Like it's very precise. Do you like free?
I like the tap freeze, absolutely. Tap
Yeah.
it right into that pocket. It's going nowhere. It might not. It's not.
I was
It's not
thinking
going to
of
be shot.
tapping it here, Glenn, just
Sure.
to roll a little bit.
Absolutely.
There.
Tap it. I said into the pocket. Right into that pocket. It's going nowhere. Won't be
Yeah.
shot, but at least we're going to have something at the end. She's probably going to peel it.
Yeah, and then I still have this guy to come around. I can get a good chunk of the forefoot if they lose all of these.
I like tapping it right in there.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
It's going nowhere.
Okay.
How much heavier do you think?
Second timeout being used by Team Manitoba.
I need same weight as you.
It's the first one I drew up there, Vic. And the nice part about this one is you're going to have usable stones. And B, if Jennifer's a little high side, she taps it in towards shot rock. If she's a little low side, she freezes it on that back one. A lot of good things can happen here. The line doesn't have to be dead perfect.
Yeah, and beyond that, wherever this ends up, you know McCarville is going to blast, which gives you the opportunity to make a hit and roll or try to force a draw on that tricky side against the 1 point. And we've seen it has not been automatic this whole game.
Yeah. Just a touch slower. Like at the end, it just comes off harder. Yeah. They're good.
It's a line shot though, you guys. Even if we freeze ours,
Yeah.
it's better than
Yep, I agree. Okay,
it's
they're
just a
good.
line shot.
Let's go.
I like the weight.
Line's good.
Top floor.
Heavy. Clean it.
Weight's
Wait.
nice.
Close. Clean. Go.
Yep.
Go.
Jones first, looking for a little tap into the pocket, maybe rolling a little bit towards center line.
Not even the nose. Hard.
Go. Weight's great.
Yep.
Should go now.
Burgess
Straight.
got across the nose and nothing left in it. And timeout now is being called by Northern Ontario. And we have another final, Kathy. Scheidegger wins in the battle of wildcards over Walter.
And Walter just very tentative. You can understand it. It's their first game at the Scotties, but they started a little bit late, and that gave Casey and her team a chance to find draw weight, and that was the difference.
Scheidegger will now play McCarville in the next round, while Walter will go against Jones in a rematch of the Manitoba final.
Yeah.
But if she makes that, we're tough to score.
I know. I'm just saying.
What do you like?
I don't want to help her.
She just
no,
said if
I'm
we
just
don't
saying if we
shoot.
don't shoot right now, she's got a tough shot. I mean, she has a shot, but
I think she's also got. Or that tap.
So I'm gonna just step away from the middle in case we.
That
It's
tap
like
or the run back, right?
yeah, I guess
She's
she would
got
have that.
this. She's got this to kind. She'd have to move
But
it a
I'm
little.
saying if I blast this is going on here and dead nosing this.
Yeah. Well,
Then
not
my
if you-
shooter is gone.
If you touch it right there, though. But then we
Well,
leave her a
me too.
freeze.
I'm giving her a freeze tap,
And you
I'm-
can't
I
blast,
have nothing
what do you
to
like?
lose.
But it's only for one. If you
No,
if
it
you-
would
No,
be,
that
no,
had
it
jammed.
wouldn't.
Yeah, if that jams and then
This
she
is
tap
going to jam.
freezes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like this at all.
But then it's either straight.
Do you like straight
Straight
pick?
pick is hard.
So can you throw an out turn around the 3 a little bit, leave her this situation, block the
Draw
bun
to
back?
here?
Yeah. Well, not even to there. Just get under that
Like an
number 3.
out-turn draw through here?
Yeah, to get under
what
the
does she
three.
do?
No,
What if-
not
I
to
don't know.
there.
No.
Not to there. Just under it, so she doesn't have the run back.
Like here?
She's
Yeah.
gonna have this though.
Yeah.
What has she got there?
She has this.
It's there. Or
Oh,
this.
that's tough.
Or
hard,
this.
but
This
it's there.
is
very hard,
That's
guys.
to lie
This is-
one, and then
this is
then
very,
you-
very hard.
Yeah, she has that one too.
I don't mind leaving her that.
What if we?
But
I think
what I don't
she's
like
playing
either
this.
is that
She's
tap
not playing
over
that.
there.
She's playing. She just
Yeah.
has to touch that onto
You
the
don't
button
like
and then
leaving
work
Yeah,
here.
and she has this, and she's sitting 2 even.
Yeah.
And they're lying 1.
See, I
if
thought
she
if we
makes
try
that.
to pick this though, and we take out our own, all that's left is this and this.
She makes
Is
a
that
straight,
so
nice
bad?
little tap.
She's got to make a perfect tap
Well
freeze.
said.
And
You
worst
know what?
case,
If you
we
pick
pick
it, if you pick it high, what happens?
Pick it
She
high
has
is
to
okay.
freeze.
Say what?
I think
high
the
is
best
good.
shot is the straight pick.
And then can she draw to that and tap for side too?
Yeah.
Okay, I like the straight pick.
Okay.
Talked about a lot. What about the pots?
There, Sarah?
Sarah's idea is just get rid of that stone right there, the one top edge of the 8.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. You can, and if you crease the second yellow, it goes a little bit left of that red, and you're in good shape.
Interesting, Joe, how so much. I wonder if that Jones factor gets in your head and you know what she can do. And all those scenarios that you talk about, because you are playing that Lady Jones.
Yeah, and you could hear Krista say she doesn't want to be looking at multiple yellows in the rings on her last.
Whatever they leave, you know that Jones will likely have a chance.
I also didn't mind dead on because, yes, you jammed the yellow for second shot, but now you've guarded shot rock.
You're good for time, so take your time.
Yeah. I think that's too much ice, or okay, that should be okay. It'll curl
You want to
all
hit it
right.
pretty thin, right?
Yeah. I like it.
Yep. Yep.
Right away. Lily, goodness, right out of her hand. Never let up. Kendra Lilly staying with it.
Nice.
Oh, and picks it across the top and touches the shot rock on the way by.
You know, laser eye surgery there.
By what you said, I was like, oh my God, shot. We're so decisive. Well, not miss it, but.
Well, should we just stay here?
Just
stay here?
feather ticks the shot rock on the button. Great sweep by Kendra Lilly.
So if she makes it.
Can't jam it,
Yeah.
right? Even the nose would be, because then she can't nose. Like if we, I
Yeah,
mean,
she
the
can't
nose
at
is
all.
really hard, but
Yeah.
okay.
Nose a little
Okay.
that way. Okay.
9.5.
Yeah, through the hole. Yeah. Okay, let's make it.
Perfect nose hit. It's really hard to score.
Yeah, if you get it right.
Another final, Kathy, in the territories. Carrie Galusha picks up a 6-4 win over Andrea Kelly, last year's bronze medalist.
Well, Joanne Rizzo, we saw an opportunity to pick that stone for 4 and did not make it in the 8th, but made a wonderful pick shot to put this game away in 10.
Did she ever?
Galusha went 6-4 last year in Thunder Bay.
I think that's where the nose hit for Northern Ontario might have been smarter because, yes, you jam on the side. You're still shot rock, but how does Jennifer get in there? Now she's going to sit 2 if she makes this properly. And if you get tight to the yellow, it's going to be tricky to kill one of the yellows. Not the easiest spot in the sheet either.
Final stone for Manitoba. What do you got? Bang. And they will sit the 2. Thing is, I don't know if you can hit it on the nose and be shot.
It's close.
Really close, yeah.
A little high side, eh?
Yeah.
Right?
Hair high?
A hair high. The only thing is if I touch this first,
I still think you're
it's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Am I shooting that same
As
weight, you
long
think?
as you don't hit it thick, right? Like if we're trying to
same
hit
weight?
right there to right here.
Play the nose. I don't care if you don't even get shot rock. You cannot be the hero here and try to get it on this side. If you get enough of that one, you'll kill this one. The shooter could spin across and actually with the gear effect go that way, and all of a sudden this rock is the steal a two to win the game.
Yeah.
Stay away from that left one. You hit, what, 2 inches of that left one, you lose.
Got it.
I think if you nose, it'll come forward that half an inch maybe.
Right now leads by 1. Manitoba has their 2 in position for the win. Final stone, Krista McCarville. Sipula. Oh, you got to get by the guard first. Here that guard comes. Here we go. What do you got? Bang, bang. Uh-oh, sit down. And they will for a couple. McCarville touched them all. And when they finally settle, picks up 2. Make the final Northern Ontario 11-8 over Manitoba.
It's worth it.
Annie wider, Vic. You saw watch this rock that's thrown. Watch the spin. So if he gets any more of the yellow, the back redwood's gone. The top red one spins more. Could have been a steal of 2. Well thrown.
So last year's silver medalist, Krista McCarville, out of the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay, picks up a big first draw win over Manitoba. And Jennifer Jones going for a record 7th Scotties on this Saturday.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Trying to go 1 game better this year. Last year's runner-up, Krista McCarville and Northern Ontario, win their first out of the gate over Manitoba. 2 things stand out. You go to the 5th, and that heavy draw gave up a steal of 2 to Northern Ontario. Then, in 9, electing to try to get 3 when you had a draw for 2. That didn't pay off, and then McCarville making that really terrific shot for her deuce in 10. 11-8's your final. The game story is brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee. Everyone obliging to the fans here in Kamloops at the Sandman Center as Mackenzie Zacharias and the team sign the programs. We're back with you again at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. Kerry Anderson against Clancy Grandy, both winners in there. First, Grandy, very impressive, coming west to skip the team from the Vancouver Curling Club. Anderson, of course, looking for a 4th straight Canadian championship. That's when we join you again at 9 p.m. Eastern Time as our coverage on day 2 continues here at the Scotties from Kamloops and all of it on Canada's sports leader, TSN.